Domo, welcome everybody. We're back with the Cat Detective Albert Wilde and his crazy animal adventures. Yeah, so Domo, Bucky, Domo Arditto, Domo Vicente, and yes, Lemon Juice, we bustin' in here. We bustin' them crimes and bustin' ass. Yeah! So, in true Twitch fashion, I had to censor the title. If you can see it, because I thought I was being so smart, because dingleberry is a cranberry, but it has two other meanings. If you use it as an insult, it either means a stupid person or dry poop. So I thought I was being funny by calling them the cat's dingleberry. But Twitch was like, no, you can't use that for the title. And I'm like, fuck you. YouTube's like, okay, fine, whatever. Talk about cat cranberries, whatever. We don't care. So that's why that's censored, because Twitch wouldn't let me do it otherwise. Yeah, it's like, I ain't calling you a dingling. It's just that our detective here is not very smart. He's got an elementary school education. He can only count to 4. Like back in the day, they called me Clap Like Thunder and Broken Wind. Yes. Fucking nanny state bullshit. Well, you know. So yeah, to recap all that's going on. So we gotta pay our bills and we have a gambling addiction. As for the case itself, we've been finding weird dead cats. And by weird dead cats, I mean ones that don't walk on 2 legs. They had collars on them, and everyone wants these collars for some reason. And it probably has to do with the fact that you can use the collars, the teleport and stuff, which we've been able to do to solve a couple of puzzles. So, possibly related to all of that, we got another side case where this wolf wife was like, oh, my husband, he won't leave his house. He won't leave his room. And we're like, okay. So I was able to get the guy to come out of the room by making the wife leave by getting her dance lessons. So now I can finally interrogate him and find out why he's been locking himself up. Let's go. Yeah, the sneeze berry. You're not Ryan Gosling. Please come inside. Yeah, exactly. Like, husband, you are not Ryan Gosling. Please come inside. It's a relief to have someone to tell about all this. What do you need to know? Let's pace ourselves a bit. Start at the beginning. What happened the day you started hiding in your room? Well, it all started when Wilma headed off for her ballet recital. I'd rather be shaved by a blind yak than watch that stuff, so I decided to go out on the town. But before I could do that, let me guess, suddenly a hole appeared in the wall with a loud bang. Actually, no. The hole had been there for a week already. She said it was for a skylight she was putting in. These animals are giving you snuff film vibes. Yeah, the animals are pretty uncanny. I was drinking some water and accidentally spilled some. Normally I just wait for her to get home to clean it up, but after I kept slipping on the puddle while I got ready, I finally decided to mop it up myself. Then it took me an hour to find the closet with the cleaning supplies, because, you know, not like I ever used them. This is the old-time noir days where the ladies did all the cleaning and all that stuff. But when I opened it, I saw... What? Cleaning supplies? Well, yes, but I also saw... him! Her victim! What victim? What makes you say victim? Yeah, get the Vem boys to do it. Like, put them in cute little maid outfits. Charged them like $3.50 for the service. What else do you call something or someone who's been kidnapped, tied up, and stuck in a closet? Wait, back up. You saying you found someone tied up in one of your closets? Yeah, that's what I just said. Pay attention. But not just someone. A strange, freakish creature. Like nothing I'd ever seen. Like nothing I'd never seen before. Hey, I represent that remark. Huh? I mean, it was a weird, small, 4-legged cat, right? What? No, nothing like that. What part of never seen before didn't make sense to you? God, I'm amazed my wife hired you. Yeah, we're jumping to a lot of conclusions. It's like, yeah, have them, you know, scrub the windows, vacuum the curtains. I don't know. Mow the laundry. Yeah, scrub the windows, scrub the walls. Yeah, you gotta scrub your balls. You know, your baseballs, your basketballs, your tennis balls. Those get dirty from taking them outside so much. So yeah, they gotta clean that. Okay, so what was it if not a cat? He was pink, I guess? No further at all, except on his head and chin. Stood on 2 legs, but a lot taller than me. Had the weirdest face I've ever seen. Yes! I'm the title holder no longer. So you found a creature tied up in your broom closet. How do you know your wife was the one who tied him up? As he told me when I took the gag off? Wait, he was gagged? And he could speak? That's usually why you gag someone, yes. He begged me to help him. Said he had been trapped in there for at least a few days. Let me guess, around the time the hole appeared? Did he say how we got there? Well, yes and no. He said he appeared in the apartment somehow, which didn't make any sense, and when I asked him to explain, his explanation made less sense. But when I asked him how he got in the closet, he was very clear there. It was my wife! My perfidious partner. My suspicious squeeze. My... Mr. G, focus. How did she manage to overpower him? He said that when he was first appeared, my wife was there in the apartment. Apparently she reassured him, explained some things, made him some tea to calm him down. But the tea tasted strange, and he fell asleep, only to wake up in the closet, gagged and bound. I knew her tea was bad, but I had no idea it was that bad. You said that you were able to tell your wife was an evil kidnapper cultist from her journal? Well, sort of. It's also her day planner, you see. And her to-do list. She also calls it her manifestation diary. I get the picture. So wait, you read this thing and somewhere between her grocery list, 5-year plan, and dream diary, you got mad hostage-taking cultist out of it? I mean, it wasn't difficult. She put down cultist meeting in her day planner. Oh, well, case closed. Huh, not the smartest cultist I've ever heard of. You sure she didn't write client meeting in really bad handwriting? No, that ends up looking like diet meeting. Let me tell you, the day I asked how the diet meetings were going was not a good day for me. What else did this creature say to you other than, ah, help me, get me out of here? I mean, there was a lot of that. A lot. And of course, there was when he told me about what my wife did. But everything else he said was weird. Right, you said something earlier about his explanation of appearing was weird and made no sense. What did he actually say? Honestly, I didn't understand a word of it. Something about orbity-blorbity electrons and moron particles and spinning quintet numbers. Like, oh yes, this will help me get into the voice of the sheep. The husband sheep, not to be confused with the singing sheep. That sheep has earrings. That's how you know it's a girl. Yeah, exactly. Give me the Albert Wilde voice. There you go. That sounds less like an explanation and more like me when I'm drunk. Did this creature have a name? He did. What was it again? Humdinger? Shoedinger? Let me think. Oh! Schrodinger! As in Schrodinger's cat? That's it. Heck of a name. I feel for the guy. My last name's Gesundheit. I didn't sneeze. See what I mean? Anyway, poor guy seemed kind of freaked out. Though, more about the closet thing than anything else, weirdly enough. Ah, yes, because everything else seems to be so run-of-the-mill. Did he say anything else strange? Well, now that you mention it, he did keep asking about his cats? It's like, well, that ain't... Like, well, Schrodinger, your cats are no longer neither alive nor dead. They're just straight up dead. Sorry to tell you. Creature in your closet claiming your wife drugged him and tied up. I imagine you had some reaction to that. Well, my first reaction was to try and find something to drink. That was kind. Water for the prisoner? No, whiskey for me. Then while I was chugging, he started begging me to keep something safe for him, to make sure my wife didn't get it.
Between that, how big he was, and how weak he was after being trapped in here, I figured I needed help, so I went to my neighbor to ask for help. E, as in Elma, as in the sheep you claimed you didn't know about. And did they? Well, see, that's the thing. When we got back, the poor thing was gone. Just vanished out of the closet entirely. No trace of him. Did he just escape after you untied him and left the apartment by himself? You did untie him, right? Knew I forgot something. So if he was still tied up, then someone must have moved him. Either your wife or someone else. Either way, my wife had something to do with it. After we found the closet empty, I read her journal and, well, yeah, that was when I locked myself in. So you didn't suspect your wife of being a cultist or kidnapper before any of this? Nope, only suspected her of having bad taste in entertainment. I mean ballet. Really? All froofy, jumping, and pointy hooves. So you're saying that, oh, the giant hole that appeared in your living room didn't maybe clue you in that something was up? I figured she was just on one of her redecorating kicks again. Trust me, busting a giant hole in the wall is not the weirdest thing she's ever done. Okay, so you didn't suspect her. But wouldn't she suspect you for being onto her? I mean, if she was holding this guy hostage, surely it would have occurred to her that the reason you freaked out and hid from her was because you found him. I don't think you realize how rarely I do any cleaning. I think that was the first time I'd ever even opened the broom cupboard. She probably figured her secret was safe in there forever. Hopefully this has inspired you to do more cleaning around the house. Ew, no, I'll just live in the filth, thanks. The creature mentioned keeping something safe from your wife? Yes, he seemed really agitated about it. So I took it with me when I went to go find help. And where is it now? I left it with my neighbor. I trust them, and they seemed like they knew how to keep it safe. Who would this neighbor be, and where can I find him? I said I trust them. Doesn't mean I trust you. Wait, wasn't the whole song and dance about getting you out of the bedroom about whether or not you could trust me? And anyway, I'm sure it's still safe and sound with them. I've talked to them since I started hiding, mind you, but they're good about this sort of thing. Still don't know what the big song and dance is about, though. You think the guy would have more things to worry about than some old collar? Wait, collar? The creature had a collar on him? Sure did. Talked about it all the time, but couldn't make heads or tail of what he was saying. Mentioned something about looking for some other collars, too. Can I take a look at your wife's journal? I'd like to see what was so suspicious in there. Plus, there might be a hint as to where she took this guy. Over there. Steal your mind for the horrors and evils within. You haven't seen my journal. Trust me, my mind is very, very steeled. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Alright, hold that thought, I'll check something. I've been stuck in one place for a month. I think I can handle 5 minutes. Yeah, so where's her diary? In the room? Where's her diary? Oh, there it is. Other desk. My diary! Please keep out. That means you, Ed.
Let's see what's in here.
Today's schedule. 7 a.m. Get up and make a breakfast. 8 a.m. Clean Ed's mess. Noon. Finish Ed's mess in time for lunch. 1 p.m. Grocery shopping. 2 p.m. fur appointments.
This isn't sounding particularly incriminating about her being a cultist.
Keep reading. 3 p.m. Pick up dry cleaning. 4 p.m. Pick up Jay for cold meeting. 5 p.m. Cold meeting. 6 p.m. Make dinner.
See, nothing at all out of the ordinary. Oh, right.
Yeah. Shopping list. Eggs, bread, milk, grass for Ed. Ethically sourced meat for me. Unethically sourced meat as a treat. Oh ho 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 ho. Tea, sugar, sleeping powder, odorless, tasteless. Rope, blindfold, gag. Keep for later fun with Ed. Oh ho 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 ho. Cleaning detergent, incense, knife. New cloak, black. Sandwiches for tomorrow's cold meeting. Reminder, Jay dislikes mustard and M hates mayo. Cupcakes for tomorrow's meeting.
Wow. This is some dark, evil stuff.
Yeah, it's like she's making sandwiches and cupcakes for the cult meeting. Oh my god! But what's this about unethically sourced meat? Hello?
I mean, she went and got store-bought cupcakes for her secret cult meeting instead of home-baked.
Yeah, store-bought cupcakes are pretty hit or miss. If you get like the really cheap ones, they're pretty crappy. You gotta get like the good ones. You gotta go into the bakery section and look. Because if you look in the right places, you can get the good stuff.
That woman's a monster.
It's like they put out the little cheap cupcakes as soon as you walk into the store because they want you to buy them. Because they know they stink. My personal goals and manifestations.
Wow. She even used glitter pens on that last word.
Would have been nice to see the glitter pen, but I'll take your word for it. 1. Finding happiness in my comfortable home. 2. Tell Ed to clean his own mess for once. 3. Earn enough money to afford ballet lessons. 4. Twist the laws of reality and morality to serve the members of our cause of greatness to enrich us with wealth and power beyond our wildest dreams. 5. Spend more time in the great outdoors. 6. Take up knitting. Dear Diary, exciting day today. I was cleaning up yet another one of Ed's messes when wouldn't you know it, some strange guy suddenly appeared out of a hole in my living room. I know, I can't believe it either. Aren't I the luckiest? He said he was looking for some cats and their collars. Apparently they have some sort of power. Naturally, I did what any smart lady does in such a situation. Drugged him, tied him up, and stuck him in my closet. I'm a genius. After all, he might be exactly what our cozy little cult has been waiting for all these years. The ticket to everything we dreamed of. We'll tell the other members at the ritual tomorrow. Since I'm already bringing potato salad. There's a sticky note to not say anything about voice mods that just say stinky. I'm not stinky. Maybe need to ask Jay to help me move him. Luckily, no one will ever find him. It'll be a cold day in hell when Ed actually opens the broom cupboard. Dear Diary, what a day! I'm so excited. After longing for it for so long, I finally got to see the latest production of Swan Lake. Hooray! Need to snoop the Swedish. I think it's supposed to be German. But, you know, Swedish, German, close enough. It was absolutely indescribable, just like the other 20 versions I saw. I've already bought tickets to the next one. I've heard it might involve a goat. I also took advantage of dear Ed cleaning out the house with his friends and finally got my, house guest moved to the cult HQ. Whew, one less chore around the house. Everyone was really excited about our visitor and agreed we should keep him at the mansion. Ooh, he was heavy to carry though. Thank goodness Jay came along to help. We got him to the cult meeting and had quite a lively interrogation. It was quite late when I got home and dear sweet Ed must have already gone to bed, innocent as a lamb. But the silly sheep left the door locked. Oh dear. Alright, I think I've been manly voice for quite a while. I'll switch back
Now. Let's see. Alright, I should be back to normal there. Take off the sticky note, and we should be good. Yeah, Daijobu.
Huh. This one's dated for today. She must have written it before I showed up.
Things I'm worried about. 1. World hunger and poverty. 2. The price of eggs. This game was ahead of its time. 3. Whether the other cult members will like the pie I baked for tonight's meeting. 4. Where the last 2 callers have gotten to. We have 3 out of the 5, but the first one is still missing, and then ended up losing the 5th. How are we supposed to achieve our goals without them? My poor sweet Ed. I wish I had the foggiest idea what's bothering him. I can't think of a single thing that could explain why he's suddenly so scared of defenses. I can't think of a single thing that could explain why he's suddenly so scared and defensive of me. 6. That I'm massively overpaying for Detective Wilde's, talents.
Getting a bargain, more like it.
Yeah, right?
But wait, M lost the 5th.
It's Manny, right? Because we took the caller.
Could that be Mantis?
Yeah,
Do I have the 5th caller?
I think so.
That's everything. Call me a crazy cat, but I'm beginning to think this lady might be a cultist.
You think?
But hang on. Today's schedule, tomorrow's meeting, all of these entries are dated, meaning I can tell when these cult meetings are happening. Looks like they happen every week like clockwork. Using my deductive skills, I can work out the next one will be tonight.
Wow, so smart.
Or I could have guessed that from the entry from today that mentioned tonight's meeting.
That too.
Sure, I guess.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna try and go to the cult meeting
As
now.
much as I'd like to commit to half-assing this investigation,
All right, I guess I
really
still gotta
don't
talk
want
to him.
have to
It's a relief to have someone to tell about all this. Yeah. I finished reading your wife's diary. It's a lot longer than the books I usually read. It was a lot longer than Dr. Seuss or, one of those scholastic books. Not even any pictures. I thought the writing was subpar and... Never mind that, you idiot. What about the proof of her crimes? Did you see? Oh yeah, it is my professional experience opinion that your wife is totally a cultist. Yep. And how much is my wife paying you for these amazing leaps of insight and intellect? Never mind that. The journal mentions some sort of meeting she goes to regularly. You know where that might be? No clue. Okay, do you have any idea about this J character? Seems to be a culty friend of your wife. No idea. Do you actually know anything about your wife's personal life at all? Friends, pastimes, hobbies? No, why would I bother staying updated on all that? She's just my wife after all. I'm beginning to think the two of you might just deserve each other. Alright, well, I've got to figure out how to crash a cult meeting. Now you're out of the room, you might want to get somewhere safe. Don't have to tell me twice. This whole thing is definitely what I would call a bad scene. Huh, you've given me an idea. I never thought I'd say this, but I might actually have to go talk to the cops. Really? Alright. Betty?
So Mr. G's wife is involved with something sinister, and more callers are showing up. But that's not what's got me thinking. 2 things are bugging me. 1, I have a big itch on my back that I just can't reach.
Oh no. Get the scratching post.
And 2, Mr. G's a sheep, which would be fine if Elma wasn't a sheep as well.
That's sheepist.
That's too many sheeps in one case just to be a coincidence.
It's like, you sure it's that and not the fact that he's nearly mentioned her name multiple times?
Something's not adding up. And since I suck at basic math, I'm gonna go talk to Betty.
It's like, I did the calculations, but boy am I bad at math.
She at least could count above 10, I think.
I'm sure she can. Well, well, look who's back. I still can't help you, you know. Does that mean you can help me? You can help me, or you can't not help me. It means I clearly have to pick a simpler code. One that your tiny brain can actually wrap around. Well, either way, I'm here for something you can help me with. Or can help me with. Whatever. You've got the records on everyone in the city in your file cabinets, right? I need to check up on someone relevant to the case. Sure, I suppose. You're just lucky my files are organized. What's their last name? There's a sheep who may be related to the case. Elma, Gaudier? A female name? I'm amazed you met a woman who could tolerate you for more than 60 seconds. Well, that's the thing. It's her fetish. Hey, I've got plenty of female friends. Some of them even tolerate me for more than 90 seconds. Anyway, do you have a file on her? Let me check my drawers. Searching for files. Domo Libras, welcome. How you doing? What kind of game is this? It's a cat detective game. We gotta solve some murders and interrogate people and count more than 4. But he's gonna need a calculator for that because he only has an elementary school education. And thank you for the follow. Domo, welcome. Arigatou gozaimasu. It's like we've been talking to some sheep, some wolves, you know. It's a whole zoo out there. But yes, welcome. How you doing? I've got a list of crimes here down to my hoof. Like what? Stealing, kidnapping, murder. More like 20 cases of is a femme fatale in a noir drama, so is clearly guilty of something or another. Well, that and the petty theft, fencing stolen goods, blackmail, solicitation. Yeah, they did say that Elma and him met by him trying to pickpocket her, but, you know, his wallet was empty. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Taking candy from a baby? The witch! Yeah, she's got a diverse portfolio of skills, that's all. Yeah, it's crazy. You've been great. Yeah, I forgot to post the link to this game. 1 second. I can pull it up, see if you want to take a look. Like, it's out now. Like, this is a sponsored stream. There we go. Like, I'll pin that, and there we go. Like, hopefully it'll stay pinned. Sometimes Twitch is like, no, it's not going to stay pinned. Alrighty. Don't suppose she has any relatives, does she? Say, I don't know, a brother? It says unknown as Gautier. What does that mean, as Gautier? As compared to what? A Yorkshire Terrier named Steve? I mean, you're not totally wrong? Wait, I'm not? Man, Elma. Sorry, Steve. Pulled a fast one on me. I didn't even notice the wagging tail. No, I meant more that she's gone by another name before Gautier, according to this. Looks like the first thing we have on file for her is a petition for a legal name change. Gautier is what she changed it to. What? Why? Apparently the legal reason she wrote on her form was, my original family name is bad. How bad? Apparently her original family name was Gesundheit, so they are related! Wait, Gesundheit? That's the same last name as the other sheep I've been talking to. It's like, no wonder they looked alright. We weren't sheepist after all. Oh my god! They must be related or something. Yeah, it's like cause Uncle Bunky. It's like, it's not even the full last name. It was something silly. I forget. It was a whole German thing. It was like Fernenheit or something. It's like, you could watch my last stream of this if you're curious. I have a YouTube where I'm dual streaming as well. If this is one of your all sheep look alike things, Al, I swear to salt licks. No, I think I'm onto something. Look up. Look up Gesundheit. I didn't sneeze. Ah, yes, I know. It's just at the last name. And we've already done that gag to death. Look up files for any male sheep with the name Gesundheit. Or I guess Gesundheit. I think that's enough to work off of, Al. It's like, yeah, it's like I keep a archive of all my stuff on YouTube. I've got a Twitter, I've got TikTok, I've got all the social medias if you're interested in that. Oh yeah, I should have made a command for my Twitter. It's in my About Me tab. Yeah, I've got the Dungeons and the Dragons. I have a Discord. That I have a command for. Frankly, it's much more than you usually give me to go off of. Searching for files. Ah, here we go. A Mr. Gesundheit in the system for a parking violation was blocking a zebra crossing. Poor zebras. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely him. Who? My client. Well, more like husband of my client. Yeah, don't people, clown. I'll hydrate. of course, by all means. It's like, I offer it because it's there. Long story. What does this file say? Let's see. Works at an office. Occasional arrests for public drunkenness. But who doesn't have those in this town? Family connection. Says he's married to a wolf. Mrs. Gesundheit? Yeah, that would be my client. Or my suspect? It's a bit complicated. Any other family members? Well, looks like his parents are deceased. Only living relative is a half-sister. Well, there we go. Yeah, it's like we got feet, we got hands, we got cats, we got dogs. It's like we do shitpost on there, just warning you in advance. All you gotta do is just read the rules and click the thing that's like, yeah, I read the rules and you're good to go. Gesundheit. Gesundheit. Elma Gesundheit! I knew it! I knew they were connected somehow. Mr. G's half-sister. Gesundheit, it's Elma. Elma and Mr. G are siblings. I think you've explained that in like 20 different ways already. We get it. Wait, you mean your stupid insistence that every animal knows every other animal of the same species actually paid off for once? What can I say? I'm a genius. It's part of being such a master detective. Yeah, real clankers. Like, we did have a discussion on robots the other day. Okay, Master Detective. So what are the implications of these two being related? Well, obviously that's... I mean, clearly... I don't know, actually. This is my surprised face. But you know who would know? One of the siblings in question. I need to go talk to him and find out what's up. I suppose that's fair. At least you're doing something that could be vaguely mistaken for detective work if you squint at it, which is more than the police department is doing. Hey, you helped tons. Or you didn't help, because you're not supposed to. You really totally unhelped. That's... You know what? Whatever, I'll take the compliment. Go see those two witnesses and see what they say. Who knows, it might even have something to do with the case as opposed to weird serendipity. Yeah, one last thing, Schrodinger. Hang on, before I go, there's one more name that's popped up. Mind looking up Schrodinger in your files? Hang on, I think I know that name. Let me check our records. Yeah, it's like basically, not only have weird cats been appearing, and by weird, they mean four-legged cats, but there's also what's most likely a human, just based on how they're describing him, named Schrodinger. It's like, oh, Schrodinger's cat. Yeah, he's a physics professor at the local university, apparently. Talks a lot about things like, well, things my unpaid police hind doesn't understand. Entanglement, wave mechanics. Let me guess. He's been missing for the past, say, month or so? No, he's been out of town attending some sort of bigwig seminar about physics. A likely story. Probably just a cover for him being missing while he was actually trapped in a wolf's closet with a gag in his mouth. Yes, Schrodinger. Schrodinger. Interesting theory, but considering the newspapers have pictures of him for weeks with headlines saying local university professor amazes international community with lecture, that'd be pretty hard to explain. Which, of course, you would have known if you actually read the newspaper. But I just glanced over it for the classifieds and the comics. Those are the only important bits anyway. Still, that's strange. If Schrodinger had been out of town with an airtight alibi, who's the guy in the closet claiming to be Schrodinger? Beats me. Maybe ask him? It's gonna be a bit of a toughie. But maybe our secret siblings might be able to shed more light on the situation. Alright. Alright, we just automatically came over here. Like, I was gonna come here anyway. Alright, G's here, but where's Elma? Mr. G? Oh, hey, look, I know this looks bad, but I can explain. What are you doing at the bar? I thought you were in hiding. You know, the whole locked in your room for a month thing? Yeah, do you know how hard it is to get good booze when you're locked in your bedroom? I figured now that it was safe to come out, I deserved a drink. Or 2. Or 10. Make it up for lost time, huh? Yeah, that's been a bad scene. I don't blame you for wanting a drink. It sure has been a bad scene lately. Yeah, it sure has been. Mind you, it's been a bad scene for a lot of different animals, hasn't it? Cats, flamingos, sheep. Yeah, it's like early on when we found the corpse, we talked to a flamingo and we had to do interpretive dance to get him to talk. Because we insulted him. It was a whole thing. Yeah, sure has been bad. See, I knew you understood that. But as soon as I talked about how much has been going on, you opened the door and talked to me. Or specifically, as soon as you heard me talking about how it has been a bad scene for everyone. It was like my words alone made you realize that I'd talked to all these animals in the bad scene. Or maybe just one particular animal in the bad scene. Do I have to keep saying bad scene for you to... Enough! I get it! You've made your point! Yes, I did recognize who you heard that from. So yes, Elma's my half-sister. Same ram, different ewes. We're not super close, but we have each other's backs when we're in trouble. Like, you know, 1 month ago, when I reached out to her for help. So what happened? I assume she was the friend you mentioned who helped you before? Yeah, after I found the creature in the cleaning cupboard, I knew I needed help to get him out of there, and to be someone I could trust completely. I called her and arranged to meet with her here that night. I explained who I found, what he told me about my wife, everything. She agreed to take the guy back to her place and hide him where it was safe. By the time you two got back to your place, the hostage was gone. Exactly. At first she accused me of setting up a stupid prank, but she saw the hole in my wife's diary. That's when she told me to barricade myself in my room. She'd take care of everything else and come get me when everything was safe. Which she didn't. Meaning she's either the world's worst sister, or things weren't safe. Or maybe even both. Elma sure seemed to know something about these weird appearances and things. Did she already know what was up when you reached out? Nah, she'd never heard any of this before. She didn't believe me at first. What with all the talk about collars and weird holes. Well, you know, some animals have certain tastes. 50 Shades of Cats. No, I mean the guy's collar and the big hole in the ceiling. Oh, you tomcats. So she'd never heard of anything like this before, knew less than you did? Well, certainly started that way. I got the sense that she might have found out a little more later on, though. So you saw her a month ago when you tried to help the kidnapped creature. What about after that? Well, you know, I wasn't exactly being that social, considering I was locked in my room the whole time. I mean, you could always have tried smoke signals or something. Nah, but I did manage to sneak out of the room once to call her while my wife was out. I was thinking she might be able to spring me free. But she was in a hurry. All she managed to ask was whether any more collars had turned up. Said they might be worth more than we thought. That certainly sounds familiar. I assume you had it. Like I said, locked in my room. She said that for now, that might be the safest place for me. Apparently it was a bad scene out there. So what was the whole bad scene, Akko, between you and Elma, that I could be trusted or something? No, nothing like that. That's just how Delma talks about her little sidekick gigs, if you catch my drift. I'm physically incapable of catching drifts, but I can at least smile and nod as if I understand. That's enough for me. I figured when you said that you'd at least talk to Elma, and if she told you what was up, that was probably enough reason to come out and talk to you. Ah, so it proved that she trusted me, so you could too? Trust is a strong word. Let's go with consider you vaguely useful enough to actually loop you in on some info. Hey, I'll take it. Is there anything else you can think of about her involvement with the case? Anything she told you before or after anything you told her? Mostly just told me to keep myself safe and she'd keep the caller safe in return. Wait a minute. Back up, back up. A little further, just to the left. There. Just got the closet guy's collar? Yeah, he was adamant that it was important and needed to be kept safe, so I brought it with me when I went to ask for her help. After he vanished, I gave it to her for safekeeping. I didn't want my wife to find it after all. Well, I've got good news and bad news. Good news is your wife probably won't find it. Bad news is that's probably because I'm pretty sure Elma sold it to some lowlives. Actually, I asked about that when she called and mentioned the collars were worth money. I asked if she already sold the one she had, but she said you want enough dough so we could both skip town together in style. And apparently, whoever was buying the collars would pay way more if she could offer a full set of them. So you're saying she still has that first collar? Oh boy. Domo Surveillance Bird, welcome. How you doing? It's all coming together in my head. In a pretty jumbled mess that I can't make heads or tails of. Cat Detective? I thought you were a fox. No, apparently foxes are mail carriers in this world. But yeah, it's like we gotta pay our bills and solve a mystery of Schrodinger's dead cats. I think I'm gonna have to talk to your sister. Do you know where she is? I mean, if she's not here at the bar, she'll be at her apartment this time of day. Can you give me the address? I never managed to charm her into inviting me back to her place. How utterly unsurprising. Still, if she humored you enough to fill you in on her little collar con, I suppose I could humor you with her address. Go tell her I'm out, will ya? Alright, well. Log. Yeah, so I got so many notes. But yeah, the thing about the collars is you can use them to teleport. So I'm pretty sure that's why somebody wants it. It's because they want it. Yeah, I gotta find out who collapsed the wave function. Yeah, exactly. Like, we were able to get this sheep out of his bedroom. Which gave us a lot of information.
I should have known. Should have known the minute that dame started looking sheepish.
That's sheepist.
Well, I mean, she always looks sheepish.
That's sheepist.
She's a sheep.
That's Okay, I'll stop.
But she's wrapped up in this case tighter than my belt after Christmas dinner. Which would be pretty tight if I wore a belt.
Maybe you should.
I think it's time she gave me some real answers, ideally spelled out in small words, with a helpful diagram.
Yes, please include pictures in your confession.
Maybe with puppets.
Woo, puppets.
I do love puppets.
Yeah. Alright, Alma, the wool's out of the washer. Time you give me some clear, clean, organized answers? Oh god. What's going on? Is now a bad time? It's always a bad time when you're involved, darling. It's almost adorable, to be honest. Alma, are you alright? Perfectly fine, sweetie. Though I wish I could say the same for my apartment. How am I supposed to project aloof elegance like this? You don't. What happened? Not entirely sure. I was out on the town and found my place like this when I got back. Let me guess. Is this Mantis's calling card? Or is it one of his nefarious friends? My word, look at you, saying things that are actually halfway intelligent and on a point for once. Why, thank you. It's definitely skill and not a lucky guess. It's like it was skill and not luck that I ended up meeting your half-brother. Ah, right, that. My, you have been busy. How is Ed, by the way? Out of his room and at the bar getting drunk. No thanks to a deadbeat sister leaving him in there to rot while she makes off with all the valuables. That's not exactly what happens. I can explain. Yeah, ironically, Schrödinger made that metaphor because he thought quantum states were ridiculous. Yeah, it's like he was trying to show how silly it is, but, you know. Now we got dead cats. Oh, thank you. I figured all this info, but I have no idea what any of it means, so I need someone to tell me. That's the hell I know and benevolently tolerate. Here, come talk to me while I get things cleaned up a bit. Alright. I suppose you've got questions for me. You could say that. Let's start at the basics. I'm good at them. Well, middling. I want you to tell me how you got tied into this. Or Mr. G's version, but I want to hear yours, see if it lines up. Also, I could use a refresher that was like 10 minutes ago. Fine, it started about a month ago. I was minding my beeswax when I got a call from Ed, my brother. Yeah, it was a 50-50 chance. Though, I'm pretty sure it mentioned something about poison gas. He was frantic. He begged to come around here and meet in private. Am I taking notes? Why would I take notes? When he got here, he explained that he'd found some guy tied up in the cleaning cupboard. that the guy had appeared through the hole in his roof and that his wife had trapped him. Did you believe any of it? I mean, wouldn't put it past his wife. Real wolf in sheep's clothing, you know? Ha 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 ha. That's Wolfist. Yeah, it's a murder mystery. The film noir. And noir. But the rest seemed pretty far-fetched. Especially when we got to his place and the closet was empty. I figured he was pulling the wool over my eyes. What convinced you he was telling the truth? Well, for starters, how terrified he was. My brother can't act to save his life. Yeah, specious. But mostly what convinced me was reading his wife's journal. It matched her handwriting and his story. That was when I freaked out and told Ed to lock himself in his room. I was worried his wife would do something bad and I wanted him to be safe. Why not ask him to come stay with you instead? Wouldn't he be much safer here? Have you met my brother and seen how he cleans? My apartment would look worse than it does now. Besides, his wife would have been way more suspicious if he left like that. Yeah, not like she was suspicious that her husband suddenly locked himself in his room for a month with no explanation. That's not suspicious at all. Look, I panicked, okay? At least it was safe while I found a way to get us both out of town. Speaking of safe, what about the collar? Did he give it to you for safekeeping? Yes, he did. He said that the guy in the closet said it was very important and that he'd begged Ed to keep it safe from his wife and her weird cult brunch group. Ed didn't know what was so important about it, but he felt he owed it to the guy, and I figured I'd humor him and help him out by keeping it safe. Let me guess. You said yes because you knew the gangs were looking for them and paying big money? Wrong, as usual. The gangs hadn't said a word about the collars. This was the first I'd ever seen or heard of them. I took the collar and hid it just for my brother's sake. It was only later that it became clear how valuable it was. So you told Mr. G to hold up in his room and took the collar with you. What happened next? I assume you had some sort of plan? I was gonna arrange for both of us to get out of town. Between my sister-in-law and the kooky cult family, I figured Ed wasn't safe here, and neither was I. But holy God! Did you know how much bus tickets out of this city cost? I swear the trolley companies are fleecing us blind. Tell me about it. I tried to go on a trip once, and a return ticket would have cost me both of my kidneys. At least since you were going one way, it'd only be one each. Well, I like my kidneys where they are, thanks. Besides, that's just a crappy bus. A lady like me has to travel in style. Plus, you know, we need money to set ourselves up in wherever we move to. We couldn't go anywhere until I scored some funds, and on a lounge singer's salary. You get why it took a while. Let me guess, that's where the collar came in? Sort of. Like I told you before, I started hearing chatter in the underbelly about the gangs looking for collars like the one I had. I put two and two together and realized they'd want mine too. And I did consider just selling it and getting clear. But then I realized they weren't just looking for one, but there were as many as they could find. So you got greedy. Sorry, had an idea. Look, selling that collar would have gotten one of us as far as Dogbuttville. Middle of Dogbutt. Like I said, highway robbery. But selling a set of collars could set us both up for life. So yeah, I held on to the one my brother gave me. I started looking for opportunities to grab a few more if I could. Figured I could collect a few, then sell them all together for big bucks to the highest bidder. Except that mantis put a little fly in your ointment. Don and I don't use ointments. This is all natural glow. Should have known your wool was dirty, Elma. You lied to me. Firstly, that isn't a question. Secondly, when? All that stuff I told you about the gangs looking for collars was the honest truth. You didn't tell me that you had a brother. You didn't exactly ask about my family tree, sweetie. You were too busy being smug about pineapple regret. Besides, why would I mention him? It's not like I had any reason to think he was relevant to your investigation. You mean other than the fact that he found a hole in his apartment like the one in my case, met someone with a collar like the one in my case? Okay, maybe there was some reason to think he might be relevant. My point is, you made it sound like you only heard vague rumors from your contacts. You never mentioned you actually found a collar and learned about what was going on. And my point is, my brother was trapped in his apartment by that wolf of a wife and a cult of kidnappers. I wasn't about to put him at risk by sharing more info than I had to. Particularly not in the middle of a public bar. Still, I'm not sure if I can trust you. Don, I'll try to contain my disappointment. You didn't really answer the earlier question properly. You have any idea who broke in and did this? My non-existent money's on Mantis and his croc tears. They were the ones who caught me with the collar. I wouldn't be surprised if they suspected I might have another. Not to bet you know, someone happened to start asking me questions while one of his goons was staking me out. Really? Who's that? They might be relevant to the case. Oh! You mean me. Oops. It's like having him do the little tee-hee with the head thing. But are you sure it was Mantis's gang? Could have been one of the others. Or maybe even the cult that Mrs. Jeeves part of. Other gangs might be possible. Gossip spreads on the seediest part of town. If they heard about me trying to steal from Mantis, maybe they thought I had stolen from them too. As for the cult, maybe? I don't know much about it other than that diary. How would they know that I was involved or where I live? Right, it's not like your sister-in-law is part of the cult or anything. You know, every now and again you say something smart and I don't like it. Well, I may not know who's behind it, but I at least have a lead on finding the animal who actually broke in and tore up the place. You do? How? Whoever was here got sloppy and left their hat behind. It's definitely not one of my hats or his wife's. So all I have to do is go through the other, couple million animals in town and figure out whose hat it is. Easy, right? Interesting. Mind if I take a look at it? I might be able to identify it or find a way to track its owner. I really doubt that, but knock yourself out. It's over there in the middle of the mess. Okay. So what started the gangs all hunting for these collars anyway? Let me guess. You wanted cash, so told them about the one you found and convinced them they'd be valuable? Darling, you do well as a fiction writer. Except for, you know, the whole being unable to spell and string sentences together thing. He's trying his best. No, I didn't tell a soul about the collar. Trust me, they started talking about those collars perfectly fine without my help. And when did that start? I say within about a week or so of when I went to my brother's place. In other words, within a week of the cult removing the closet guy out of your brother's apartment. Think it's connected? I kinda hope not. I don't like the idea of the criminal organization of this town working for a weird kidnapping cult. Anyway, they only said that the collars were incredibly valuable. Haven't got the foggiest idea what that would be. Oh, I've got my thoughts on why. But they did also say they were expecting a limited number to show up, and that they would pay a premium to get every single one. Let me go look at that hat. Ooh, she got booze in here? Oh, I recognize this type of cabinet. I've got one just like it in my office. Oh, really? How interesting. Yeah, I used the secret bar, but I bought booze. I had something to drink while I'm here? No, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine. No drinks, please, or anything else from the cabinet. Like, wait a minute, why is she being all weird about it? That's a little sus. Where's the hat? That's what I'm looking for. Where are hats? I see bread. I see bucket. Where are hats? Where's the hat? I want to look at the hat. Where is it? Oh, wait. There it is. It was hiding behind her.
Right. The thief did leave a hat. Not a particularly stylish one either.
Nah, it's one of those, I forget the name.
I call it the Cow Pat Special.
Sure, close enough.
Hang on. I've seen this hat before. I've seen someone wearing it.
Have I? Oh! You ain't got time to chat. Boss has been asking for you on the regular.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Almost got it.
It's a newspaper hat. Yeah, it's like grab whichever baby you want and
Wait
knock
a
yourself
minute.
out.
It can't be.
Yeah, sandwiches for tomorrow. Yeah, he's just piecing everything together.
Then it's Jimmy.
Jimmy! The bird! Ah, you put it all together.
The thief. The one working with the cult. It's Jimmy.
The little mockingbird. The little stool pigeon. The little, what's another bird derogatory?
Stool pigeon.
Stool pigeon. I think I said that already.
Or, well, opposite, I guess. I should tell Elma.
Cave
who did
Canary.
this.
Alright. Yeah, I got questions. Like, I know who tried to rob you! I recognize the hat. It's Jimmy's. And he's working for the cult. He's Jay and Mrs. G's diary. Jimmy? Wait. You mean Jimmy at the newsstand? Oh, now that you mention it, he does always wear hats like these. Why, that little creep? I'm gonna show him a bad scene. You're not gonna be impressed about my awesome detective work? I think I'm too much in shock to really wrap my head around it, honestly. Well, how about this? You shouldn't go after Jimmy. Okay, we've looped back to stupid again. This is familiar territory. What I mean is he's our best link to the cult. The journal said they're having another meeting soon. It's guaranteed he'll have to go back and report how this break-in went, right? That's my chance to follow him back to wherever this cult meets, get the drop on him, hopefully save Closet Guy from their clutches, solve the mystery of the collars of the cats, and save the day! This doesn't sound as much fun as punching him in the beak. Trust me, it is. Besides, how are you gonna follow him back to this cult lair? Why, with my feline skills of tracking and stealth, surely. Okay, maybe a plan B might be a good idea. Maybe I could convince him to take me with him? Look, I'm sure I'll come up with something. Maybe there's something else here I can use to get to him. Oh, so now you're gonna go poking around my place too? Figures. Just don't mess it up any more than it already is. So you had one of the callers with you for a while. What do you know about him? Next to nothing, really. Apparently the guy in the closet explained it to Ed, but Ed didn't understand a word of it, and neither did I when he tried to remember it. Apparently they just soaked in... What was it? Precipitation? Particles. That's it, some kind of particles. Really, it just looked like a really boring, ordinary collar. So you never figured out the little trick it can do? What little trick? Oh, nothing, just something that would have probably helped with your money and transportation woes. What? Anyway, I'll take it the gangs wasn't forthcoming either about why they wanted these things. No, that there was a certain number and they were looking to collect every single one. That's why I figured I should get as many as I could. Get a better price. Ironic, and now you've got no collars at all. First, that's not what irony is. Secondly, actually, yes, I do. Wait, what? Wait, back up. Did you say you still have the collar? Of course, I'm not a little lost lamb, darling. Made sure to hide it where nobody else would ever find it. Where? You're not really understanding the point of a hiding spot, are you? It's to make sure nobody finds what's there. Telling it would defeat the purpose. Well, I'm a nobody, so does that mean I find what's there? I'm not telling you where I hid it. Good luck finding it. I already know where it is. It's like we were just talking about it. No sign of those collars. Boy, searching is thirsty work. Yeah, I imagine it is. Mind if I get a drink? I could use something strong. Well, as you can see, there isn't any booze in the cabinet, so I can't really offer any. Oh, but I imagine you've got some in the secret compartment, right? What secret compartment? I have this exact same cabinet in my office, and I keep my booze in the secret compartment. The secret compartment where I keep all the stuff that I don't want anyone to ever finds. Anyway, let me grab that drink. Wait, there's the collar! Woo! Wait, this isn't booze? This is just that collar you were hiding. Oh, yeah, you already had that figured out, and we're just coming up with an excuse to get close and open it up. Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to do. Definitely wasn't just trying to find your secret booze stash. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not letting you have that collar. Ed told me to keep it safe. And besides, it's mine, and I earned whatever cash I could sell it for. Nice try, but I need it as part of the investigation. It could crack the case wide open. I don't care about your investigation. I care about my brother and that money. So I'm not handing it over to you. Let me put it this way. Whoever's behind this has already proven they're dangerous enough to absolutely wreck your place looking for whatever collars you have, right? If they think you still have any, then next time they might try and do worse to you. Maybe wreck your face. Or worse, your wool. They wouldn't dare! Between criminal gangs and kidnapping cults, I think you know they'd absolutely dare. You know blood doesn't wash out of wool. And cat fur? Totally unwashable. Everything licks clean off, baby. If I have the collar, I'm the one they'll try and kill. Well, why didn't you say so? Take it. Not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna be harder to convince you than that. What could I say? You sweeten the pot a little. Besides, I could always grab it up back off your corpse. She has a point. This isn't our first rodeo. I have experience with that. That's what I just said. I just don't know how a stupid collar is supposed to help with the investigation. Collar helping. That's it, I know what to do! I just have to make sure I don't forget it immediately. Well, let me know when you figured it out, and keep that collar safe, okay? Yeah, so we gotta go out of here.
Nah, I shouldn't leave yet. There's something I'm still missing, besides my marbles.
Do I really have to ask her all those questions? Alright, fine. I got it! I have a foolproof way to get myself instantly to this cold place once Jimmy gets there. You do? How? With my boogies. I'm not telling. This time I'm gonna be the one with all the secrets. Does it annoy you now that the shoe's on the other paw? Not particularly, darling. That would involve caring, which I don't. Well, fine
Anyway, my plan was perfect. Get my collar on Jimmy somehow. Wait until he's left for the cult meeting. Then use it to teleport to his location. Now all I have to do is figure out how to get the collar on him, but how to do it.
Hello? Hello? You there,
Pat
Al?
him on the back and tape it to him. No. Catapult it onto his neck. No.
He's monologuing again, isn't he? Good darn it.
Boy, coming up with brilliant plans is hungry work. I'm starving. I could use a sandwich. Wait, that's it.
Elma, can I use your kitchen? I need to make a sandwich quickly. You know, sometimes the way your brain works terrifies me, sweetie. You know what? Fine. Go ahead. Make me a sandwich while you're at it. The kitchen's right through there. Hopefully it won't be too messy.
If there's one universal truth among animals, it's that everyone wants a sandwich when they're hungry.
Yeah, that's true. I could go for a sandwich.
It's true for me, and that means it's true for everyone. Besides, Mrs. G's diary mentioned making sandwiches for a cult, so there's no way Jimmy's gonna turn down a sandwich.
Don't forget your sandwiches!
Not even one with a secret ingredient. The secret ingredient being my collar. All I have to do is wait for him to take the sandwich with him to the cult meeting, and then teleport there and nab them in the act.
Okay.
But first, I have to make the sandwich.
I don't know why you're doing this and not being like, hey, I found this collar. Do you know anything about it? Maybe you could hold on to it for me. Like, I feel like this might be like a little complicated, but whatever. We'll make a sandwich.
It has to be a sandwich tasty enough for Jimmy to take it with him, but not so tasty that he bites into it and gets a beak full of collar. And it's gotta be thick and sloppy enough to hide the collar.
Yeah, it's like that's a pretty big collar you gotta hide. Hi, kitty. You want to jump on my lap? Come on. Come on.
So, to start, let's go with
Birdseed
what
loaf.
self-respecting pigeon is gonna turn down bread and birdseed. In fact, maybe I should put in an extra slice in the middle.
Sure, why not?
You know, bread sandwich. Jimmy's gonna love it. Maybe a few extra slices just to be
Come on.
sure.
Taffy, jump on my lap. Come on.
Next, I'll add...
Cabbage.
Looks like this small, wilted cabbage is the only veggie Elma has in her fridge.
And kitty's on lap. Who wants to pet
I
kitty?
guess sheep go through their veggies pretty quick.
It's like they're herbivores or something.
Cabbage is basically the same as lettuce, right?
Sure.
Totally. I'll just stuff whole leaves of it in. I'll put the whole head of cabbage in, just to be safe.
You can hide the collar in the forest of cabbage.
It's small. It'll be fine. Now, next.
Mustard.
A good sandwich always has tons of mustard. And by good sandwich, I mean sandwich that I like. Of course, Mrs. G's diary did mention that Jimmy disliked mustard, but he's a bad guy, and therefore wrong. So, tons of mustard. Now to add.
The collar.
Okay. Just have to smoosh my collar in the middle of all this bread and cabbage and mustard.
This collar's been through a lot.
I guess this would count as adding collard greens.
It's like, I keep wondering if the voice is real or not, and then it'll laugh like that, and I'll be like, okay, maybe they did actually get someone to voice act this.
Well,
like,
I thought it was funny.
it's like I don't think AI could make a laugh like that. That was a weird laugh.
Good job, internal me.
I say having a laugh that I have.
All right, sandwich is all ready to go. Now I just have to get it to Jimmy. There's nothing else I have to do here.
Al, sweetie, have you made an extra sandwich for me yet?
Okay. One thing I have to do. I think there's enough bread and mustard left.
Yeah, prepare
I've
sandwich.
left enough for Elma's next lunch. I'm sure a wilted cabbage leaf, a half slide of bread, and a dollop of mustard is enough, right?
Sure. The kitty's on my lap. A little hard to coordinate. Yeah, here's your sandwich. Here, I made an extra sandwich for you like you asked. This isn't a sandwich, it's 3 slices of bread glued together with mustard. Sounds like a sandwich to me. How old is this lettuce? Wait, is this cabbage? Where did you find all this stuff? That was all in that handy sandwich making kit on your countertop, the green bag. You realize that was my garbage, right? All my old and out-of-date things, as opposed to all the very nice ingredients in my fridge. Did you even open my fridge? I can't say I did, but it's all good. I'm sure your leftover stuff will make for a great sandwich. I think this cabbage leaf has gained sentience. You'll be fine. Can I leave now?
Back to where it all started. To the bird who sold me that newspaper that got me onto this case to start with. I should have known. Can't trust anyone in this crazy town.
Nope.
Backstabbing, underhanded, criminal lowlifes. All of them.
Yep.
I'm the one bringing them all to justice.
And getting paid, hopefully.
Shining a light on whatever weird, criminal, culty ring has got its claws into this city. Just wish, justice and truth paid a bit better.
You would hope. Alright. Jimmy! Oh, it's you again. What do you want, cat? I think this is the first time I've ever seen you bare-crested, Jimmy. Where's that hat of yours? Oh, beats me. Dropped it somewhere, I suppose. It's just that you look so much different without it. More sinister. Suspicious. All better than being a cat looking sinister and suspicious all the time. Anyway, you didn't answer the question. Yes, don't aviate. You love this vintage style with a balance of goofy, noir, and vaguely edge. Yeah, no, it's a nice, goofy little game. Really, the only part of this game I didn't like was the fighting section in the sewers. But I did check the discussion forum on Steam, and they're aware of people not liking that section, so they plan on patching it. So I'm like, good. I want you to confess that you're hungry. You've been here for hours. Surely you've got to be peckish. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Get it? Because you're a bird, and I get to decide if I hate cats or if I just hate you. Oh, is that any way to talk about someone who's made you a sandwich? I figure you can take it and have it on your break. Wherever that might be happening. You made me a sandwich? Why? Actually, I'm doing it as a favor to a friend of yours. Mrs. G? You are? Yeah, she, hired me to investigate her husband, but in the process I messed up her kitchen. That's the ticket. She was upset because apparently she was supposed to be bringing the sandwiches to some sort of social function you and her were gonna be at. So, she asked you to make replacement sandwiches? No, sorry, replacement sandwich singular. That was just my idea to make up for messing up her kitchen. I ran out of time, so here's one sandwich at least. What kind of sandwich is it anyway? See this bread? It's birdseed loaf. You like birdseed, right? 'Cause you a bird. Sure, but not enough to make a whole sandwich out of. Wait, is that 3 slices? I knew you'd like it. I sincerely hope you didn't just make a sandwich out of 3 slices of bread. There's something else in there, right? Almost definitely, something you can really sink your beak into. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be a nice meal for later. Like later during your break. Not now. And maybe not before you get where you're going for your break. Which is home, I'm sure. There'll be somewhere else fun, I'm sure. You also might not want to bite your beak down too hard. Some of the fillings are a bit on the tough side. Whatever. I'll take the sandwich if it'll shut you up. Oh, great, here you go. All wrapped in a nice little paper bag, ready for you to have later. What are you standing around for? Waiting to watch me eat it? No, just waiting for a nice thank you for my thoughtfulness and willingness to bury the hatchet. You're gonna be waiting a long time. I'll go wait somewhere else. I gotta clear up before I head off for my break.
All the pieces are in motion.
Got him.
It's the point of no return. The moment when the facts come to light and the case solves itself. The moment when I'm finally able to figure out what the heck is going on.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know what the heck he's going on.
Sometimes, partly. Bits and pieces. If that. Jimmy's got the sandwich with the collar inside it. By now, he'll be on his way to the cult meeting, if he isn't there already. Planning ritual kidnappings and home break-ins is hungry work. Obviously, he'll want to bring a tasty and filling sandwich to their hideout to munch on.
Of course.
Meaning I can teleport there, via the collar inside. And once I'm there, all I have to do is bring the entire cult to justice. Expose their ties to the criminal underworld, save the closet guy, and get justice for that poor dead warehouse kitty.
Wow, he's really putting everything
I
together.
have no idea how I'll do all that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out as I go along.
I'm sure you will. Alright, well, let's do the time warp again.
All right, Jimmy should be wherever he is.
Hopefully. Though, I have a very, very strong feeling it's just gonna be in the trash again.
Wherever that may be, I've got no clue where this'll teleport me to. I flip this switch, and there might be no coming back. Not without a long, long walk.
I'm ready!
Before Jimmy gets too peckish and starts tearing into that sandwich.
Let's go! Floating forest? Oh boy. We going out into the woods?
Whoa,
Whoa!
what is this place?
He's an orange! My god, we're in Technicolor! Oh my god!
What is that stuff on the trees? Why are they green all of a sudden?
Who turned off the filter?
And how do I even know what green is?
Yeah, do cats even know what green is?
Well, if it's in color, this place has to be important, right? This must be the cult hideout. Seeing as Jimmy definitely would have taken such a nice sandwich all the way to HQ for their little meeting. He definitely wouldn't have thrown the sandwich away out the window of his car.
He totally did. That does look like nice bread, though. It's got like a little swirl in it.
Like it was garbage. What the heck? How could he toss my pomade sandwich like that? I spent minutes slaving away to make that. I'm gonna make him pay.
Yeah, so stinky.
Besides, throwing things out of a moving vehicle, that's litter. I can excuse cult rituals and kidnapping, but litter is where I draw the line.
Yeah, know where your morals are.
Better keep this safe. It seems to end up in the garbage otherwise. Now to find where Jimmy went.
Yeah, you have a issue with having things wind up in the fucking garbage.
I'd better be careful. This is cult territory after all. The whole forest could be crawling with cultists. Anyone
Maybe.
I bump into is likely to be working for the cult.
Mm.
I'd better keep my cat's eye peeled.
Okay. Well. I guess I'll go do that. Domo Yeet, welcome. Yes, we are with the Ancient Ones, I guess. Hello, how are you doing?
I knew it. Cultists. There's no other explanation as to why anyone would be out here, except for, you know, all the perfectly good explanations as to why someone might be out here. But what are the chances they'd have a good explanation?
What the hell is that? It's our Detective Kitty! Albert Wilde! He's got bills to pay. He's got to solve murders. What the? Open wide, sweetie. I made your favorite grass salad. Oh boy. Num 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 num. I'm so glad you finally decided to come out and get some fresh air. I've been so worried about you. Well, it was one of those things, you know. I'm here now. Could you pass me more grass salad? What the hell are you doing? Is your wife with the cult? There's no point of hiding in your room to stay away from her? Well, yes, that's all true, and I was going to stay away, but, you know, after some time away, I found myself having second thoughts. New perspective, I suppose. What kind of perspective makes it seem like going back to a cultist kidnapper is a good idea? The perspective that if I leave her, I've got to do my own cleaning and stuff. Frankly, I'd rather take my chances with her. Kidnapper cultist! Domo Yukicho, welcome, how you doing? Yes, but at least she knows her way around the cleaning cupboard. Because she trapped a guy in it! Well, yes, and I know I was making a big deal about that, but on the other hand, I don't want to have to make my own bed, so it balances out. Mr. Wilde! My husband has come out of his room at last. Isn't it exciting? It sure is something. So, should I invoice you for my services? Seeing as you hired me to help with that whole thing? Ah, no, I hired you to find out why he was in his room, and you never did find that out. He told me himself that he just had bad gas and felt grumpy. He came out on his own, too. So it seems, Detective, you don't really have anything to earn your pay, so I don't see why I should pay you a cent. Okay.
That was the moment I knew she was pure evil.
Yeah, pay me!
Kidnapping and joining a dark cult is one thing, but stiffing me on my bill, unforgivable.
Yeah, it's like I'm a kitsune hunter / animal tamer. Don't worry, Yeet. My lore video is being worked on, so it's actually coming out. It should be done by mid-March, so I'm gonna say like mid-March my lore video will be out. So coming soon to YouTube near you. Like, speaking of things coming out, my merch is also coming out. I'll make an official post on Discord and Twitter and everything, but it's coming very soon. And like, probably tomorrow. So, look forward to having t-shirts and hoodies of my face. So what are you doing here so late at night, Detective? Oh, practicing my monologue. A quiet night in the woods is the perfect place. Doesn't bother anybody. How about you? What could you possibly in these woods for, Mrs. G? I figured my poor husband could use some fresh air, no? It's a lovely evening, too. I bet you and us are not the only ones enjoying the night. Oh, I'll bet there are all sorts of folks out here. And I'll bet you're eager to meet up with some of them. Why not? I'm not a lone wolf. I like socializing in good company. And you and my husband are, well, your company, I suppose. Right, well, hope you find some of your friends out here. Who knows, maybe I'll bump into you all. Don't be offended, but I hope not. Alone again he was. Alright, I guess I'll keep going. It's like, thanks. Like, I'll take the congratulations, especially since it got held up for
First
quite a
one
while.
Suspicious
Oh.
encounter, then another.
What the heck? Like, who's involved?
That can't be a coincidence, right?
Maybe. But yeah, it's like originally the merch was supposed to come out on my birthday, but the original artist couldn't follow through for personal reasons, so had to find a different artist for the merch. So they found a different artist, they drew it, and now we're finally getting it. Yeah, it's Bebop and Rocksteady. Oh my god.
Please tell me I'm right.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Okay. The previous suspect might have claimed a good reason for being out here, but surely this one will spill the beans.
Lily, what are you doing here? Oh, Al, sweetie. Wasn't expecting to see you out here. In the middle of our romantic couples camping weekend. You and Joe are camping? Yes, we thought it might be a nice way to spend some time together. Is there a problem with that? I mean, it's a little inconvenient that you picked the night that a bunch of suspicious folks decided to go hang out in the woods. Or maybe it's very convenient for you both to be out in the woods too, if you catch my drift. I mean, it was my day off, so I guess that counts as being convenient? I mean, I suppose so. You! What are you doing out here, Cat? I might ask the same of you, Joe. I'm out here spending some quality time camping with my wife to get her away from the tomcat who keeps chasing her skirts. And look who decided to show up anyway in the middle of nowhere. Who? Is it a cultist? Oh no, it's you, you jerk! You be asking my wife favors and now you show up during our little camping trip and you wonder why I'm suspicious. Hey, I'm the one who should be suspicious here. Who would want to go camping with the person they married? No. Gotta be a cover. Only cover around here is the one they're gonna put over your body if you don't clear off and leave my wife alone. Why would they need to... Oh. Ah, right. Got it. Leaving. And alone again he was. Like, are we gonna just, like, run into everybody and it's gonna turn out everyone's part of the cult? I swear. If that's the case.
More animals. Since when did animals live in forests like this?
Always.
Okay. This time it's gotta be a
Is this a
cultist
video or a
confession,
game? It's a game.
Right?
I don't know if the pin's still up, but there should be a pin. But Twitch is weird about my pins.
What are the chances that a third suspect has a legitimate reason to be out here?
Nah, it looks like Twitch got rid of my pin again. Twitch, stop getting rid of my pins. There. What the? No, not here. See anything, Rudy? I'm not looking for you, Jimmy. You lost your hat. You go find it. I mean, I might have dropped it out here when I was, hiking. I guess there are, you know, other places I could have dropped it. Not my problem. All I know is you better find that hat or it's your job. Whoever heard of a newspaper busker without a jaunty hat? It looks like something that'd be an analog horror. Yeah, I know what you mean. So who murdered the cat? We don't know yet. That's what we're trying to find out. That's the whole mystery. Oh, great. Now the cat's here, too. What do you want? I want you to confess your diabolical crime. That you threw away that lovely sandwich I made for you. How could you? You didn't even take it with you. Oh, please. Look, from what I could see, that sandwich was literally just 2 slices of stale bread with some wilted greens. And mustard. I hate mustard. Yes, but it's the thought that... Wait, did you say that from what you could see? As in, you didn't even try a bite of it? No comment. And also, how'd you know I threw away the sandwich? Matter of fact, how come you're out here in the first place? Like, so they killed the cat. He lived because old 9 life stakes. Oh, no. It's like, the case is basically, they're finding cats with 4 legs rather than 2 legs. And he's like, oh, this cat looks like me, but it's so weird. It walks on 4 legs. So, there's also Schrodinger. So, you know, Schrodinger and his cats. No comment. Well, hope you don't end up feeling peckish when you get to wherever it is you're going, if you're going anywhere. Anywhere that's away from you, Cat. Rudy, hi, what are you doing out here? Hiking and getting some peace and quiet, that's what. And making sure Jimmy finds his damn hat. Which, gotta say, is kind of cutting into my peace and quiet time. Rudy, trust me on this. Jimmy's not as nice as you think. Actually kind of sketchy. That's rich. You're telling me a bookie that this guy is sketchy? Like, I'm not up to my antlers in sketch. I'm basically taking sketch classes. You know what's really sketchy? Guys who don't pay their debts but still have the time to go on nature walks instead of making money. That seems oddly specific. What are you talking about? Why am I not surprised you forgot that you owe me money? Oh, right. I'm working on it. I've almost solved this case, and once I have you, I can pay you back. Somehow. Not quite sure how, but... Cat, stop talking. Get me my money, or I might have some friends have to pay you a visit. Are these friends the sort of friendly neighborhood kneecapping variety? Or are they the sort that hides in the woods and practice weird sacrifices? Wouldn't you like to know? It's like, my god, they're all in on it, aren't they?
Call me a crazy cat, but I'm beginning to see the tiniest inklings of a pattern here.
Yeah, there's the fox! So, where'd I know you from again? Pine Velocity Courier! Our speed is our service! Oh, right, the courier. What are you doing in here in the middle of the forest? Wait, let me guess. You have a package. A ticking package. No, a bloody package. Sent to be hand-delivered to your client. No, your boss is with the cult. Nope, I'm actually off work. Oh, then that's even more suspicious. What reason could you have for being in the middle of nowhere? A brisk jog, of course. Gotta go jogging and hiking to make sure I keep at tip-top speed. That's not what a fox sounds like? Have you listened to what a fox sounds like? They make some pretty weird noises. I would know. And this is a nice place to come get some exercise. My only exercise is doing a few push-ups while I bury my face in a plate of food. No one needs to be out here to get in shape. I call shenanigans. No, that's our rival company, Shenanigans Shipping. We're a Vulpine Velocity Courier, remember? Our speed is our service. Like, yeah, no, it's like... Foxes make very strange yowling noises. Like, even a flamingo guy's here, what the fuck?
Is the entire city out here today?
I guess so.
Is it National Take Your Suspicious Butt to Your Local Forest Day?
I guess so.
Because if so, I'm sorry I missed it. I thought I had it on my calendar. It's my favorite stat holiday, after all.
Francis? What are you doing here? Working on my interpretive dance moves and trying not to be interrupted by annoying cats who show up in the middle of nowhere. Why are you in the middle of nowhere? Yeah, they sound like Hans, exactly. Couldn't you do this in a dance studio? I'm connecting to nature, obviously. What's so weird about that? Well, other than the fact that you happen to be out here in the same time as a bunch of cultists bent on nefarious ends. Nothing weird at all. Excuse me, are you accusing me of something? Accusing? No. More like throwing something out there in the vague hope that you'll break down and confess your real reason for being out here. I'm pretty sure that counts as accusing. Either that or... Wait, okay. Scram Cat, I gotta practice. You've just given me the perfect idea for my next interpretive dance routine. To throw something out of there and vague hope that you'll break down and confess dance. Glad to help. It's like everyone's out here today. Wait, this is a bridge. Wait. No way. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh god, more people.
I don't know what's weirder. How crowded the forest is getting. How everyone I know is out here picking berries or whatever. Or how somehow none of them have caved under my keen observation and skilled interrogation and immediately confessed to being a cultist.
Yeah, strange.
I've tried nothing, and I'm all out of ideas.
All right, boys, come to order. The session for the crocodile tears AGM is now in session. Oh, first, any new business? I was worried about instituting casual Tuesdays. Mantis, what are you doing here? As if I don't already know. Oh, you again. Do you mind? We're in the middle of our annual general meeting, and I don't have time for distractions. I'm here on business. I'll just bet you are. So, is that it? What do you mean? I stole your collar, remember? That collar that I gather you gangs have been trying to recollect? Are you gonna try and fight me for it? Steal it from me? Chase me down? Not in the middle of our AGM. That'd be disruptive, dig? I'll handle you afterwards, wise guy. Okay, how long will that take? Well, we got a lot of admin to cover, so, maybe 2 hours? One if we're lucky? Oh, alright, guess I'll start worrying around then. Oh, hey, you again. You told me I had to leave the bar and deal with some trouble the other gangs were stirring up. Oh, yeah, about that. Turns out you were right. You did us a solid, Cat. Oh, that's good to know. Always happy to help. Definitely not doing it just to get you out of the bar so I could talk to the sheep you were tailing. So, are those other gangs out here in the woods tonight, or is it just you? Just getting a little sense of who's working overtime, if you get what I mean. Nah, I don't really get what you mean. But I suppose it's possible they're having their AGMs, too. It is that time of the year. Boy, I know you, don't I? You're that damn cat that scampered with a collar. Alright, rest well for Sunday. Thanks for stopping by. Uh-oh, and, now you'd like the collar back, I take it? Honestly, doesn't bother me either way. I still get paid the same. I thought the collars were worth a lot to, the right buyer. And you think that money goes to us instead of our boss? Yeah, right. I don't suppose you could tell me if you're in this forest for nefarious reasons? I mean, I gotta consider an AGM pretty nefarious. I mean, are you up to something illegal, shall we say? Cat, we're gangsters. Everything we do is illegal. I did do something illegal just by waking up and having my coffee. Look, just tell me if you're in league with a bunch of dangerous cooks and call it a day. You calling the crocodile tears a bunch of dangerous cooks? I mean, it's accurate, but... never mind. And alone again he was. This has happened a lot. Alright, where do I go now? Is the bridge open? Not yet. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm lost in the woods! I do see a dot way over here, so,
Oh, you've gotta be kidding me.
Even our lawyer? Why? Al, didn't expect to run into you out here. Likewise, what are you doing out here? Truffle hunting. It's something the kids and I do together. Gets us out in the great outdoors and gives us a chance to all bond as a family, you know? Actually, I don't know, in fact. I find it very interesting that you've never mentioned this little hobby before today, the day where certain parties are looking for excuses to be in this neck of the woods. Certain parties? Where? My kids love parties. Also, I'm sure I would have told you about this little tradition of ours anytime you asked about what me and the kids have been up to. I don't think I have ever asked about that, so yeah. Still sus. Mega sus. Gotta be like quadruple sus. Ooh, I see a dot over there.
Gee, let me guess. This bunch also has an incredibly convenient excuse for being out here.
I'm sure they do. Stop! This is private party, Cat. You are not allowed. What? What's a private party in the middle of the woods? We do, you obnoxious mule's butt. I'm hosting a private drinking party as appreciation for my staff's hard work. Figured we wouldn't get interrupted by annoying customers. Clearly, I was wrong. I'm a customer, but not annoying, so aren't you lucky? Mind if I stick around a bit? No. Cool, thanks so much. That is not what I... Oh, let him be, Sergey. Besides, what are you gonna do? Stand menacingly in his path? You realize he can go around you here. Oh yeah, so I can. Private party for the bar staff, huh? Gotta say, that seems a little convenient. You kidding? How much of a pain in my rump it was to carry all this booze out here? I spent the time to have it on these woods. On this night in particular. It's very interesting. So what if I had it in a different part of the woods on a different day? It'd have been boring. I guess I just understand why you'd come all this way to drink and party. Mostly so you wouldn't show up. I guess that fell through, so... You're sure it's not because of some other private party out here you're catering? Oh, first, bartenders don't cater. That's food, not drink. And second, if I told you, it wouldn't be much of a private party, would it? How am I supposed to know about it? See, this kind of crap is why you're my least favorite customer. Got? Bear? So, can you give me the inside scoop on this whole party in the woods thing? It is party. In the woods. And you are not welcome. I mean, I knew that. But that's the same as everywhere else, everywhere, really. Perhaps you should take note and leave things alone. Nah. Helma, what are you doing here? Well, this is where the cultists plan to meet, right? Yeah, I know, but I couldn't turn down the invite to the party. I really, really needed a drink bad. Why do you need a drink so bad? Take your pick. My apartment got completely ransacked. I had to hand a collar I'd been saving for my future over to the dumbest mammal in the universe. Wait, I don't know when you handed the collar to. And if that weren't enough, after all that stuff about the cult and the guy in the closet and everything, my brother went back to his wife. Yeah, I saw Mrs. G just a little while ago. That was certainly a choice that was made. After all I did to keep him safe from the cult to try and get us out of town. But no, God forbid he has to learn how to wash his old wool for once. So here I am. Getting drunk in the forest on cheap booze with a bunch of bar workers. If the cult wants to interrupt our little company retreat, then good luck. This is a private party. You realize I was able to trash this private party in 10 seconds, right? I guess you're right. If you can make it past Sergey, literally anyone could. Just be careful to keep your eyes peeled. It's not safe out here. You know there are cultists coming together to meet, and almost anyone could be one. So don't trust anyone. Not your boss, not Sergey, not your brother, not even me. Oh, don't worry, sweetheart. I never trust you anyway. He's not actually the trusting... He's not exactly someone you would really trust with anything. Any more yellow dots? Like, I don't know where to go next. I'm in these woods. I don't know where to go. I don't see any dots. I figure this is where I came from. Like, thinking back, I think I've basically talked to everyone. I mean, the only people I could think of is, like, the cops. Unless, like, the cops are around here. Oh, I see a yellow dot. Okay. The cops are here, aren't they?
Please, let this be the last time I bump into anyone suspicious that I know.
Like, nope, not them. Alright, everyone. Thank you for coming. What the? Thank you for coming to our first Back to Nature book club meeting. Tonight we'll be discussing the beloved classic of Mice and More Mice. Ah, visitor. Pull up a seat. Ah, hello again. Would you like to join us for our book club? No, I'd like to know the real reason you're all out here. Ah, we find there's nothing quite like reading books out of doors in the middle of nature. Fresh air, lovely ambiance. Getting bitten by mosquitoes. Yeah, I don't buy it. What's your real secret agenda for being out here? I mean, I suppose if we finished the book early, my real secret agenda might have room for kicking off our reading of Snakes and Sensibility. Oh, are you here to join our first Back to Nature book club? Isn't it a marvelous idea? Not really. Sounds like the sort of weird cover story for a bunch of cultists would come up with. Oh, that's actually the next book we're reading, I think. Lord of the Butterflies. I can't wait. Don't tell anyone, but I haven't actually read the book we're talking about today. Ah, I knew it! A confession of guilt! What are really is it for coming then, if not take part in this so-called book club? I just asked my husband about what it was about so I could answer questions and sound smart. Why else would you come to a book club? I don't know. To read? What do I know? Let's see. Any more yellow dots? I literally have no idea where I am. Ah. I keep seeing this bridge thing. I'm like, what's up with that? Let's see, I'm trying to look for yellow dots or something. Somewhere. Yeah, it's like the only people I can think of is like the elephant and the police. I haven't run into them yet. Is that the hideout over there? By Jove, I think I found it. I also found another yellow dot.
Oh, come on.
There they are. I was like, where's the police? Would have believed you if you said this was Slender Man gameplay. Yeah, it's Slender Cat. Alright, everyone. Thanks for coming to the annual police department picnic. Thanks to Betty for putting this all together. Oh, yes. Definitely good use of my time as opposed to actually solving crime. When we pass by her desk, give her a polite nod in recognition of her service. This picnic's about celebrating the very hard work our department does. We're supposed to be working? And that's why today is all about us. The police! Not party crashers who think they can do our job better than we can and think they can just sneak up and eavesdrop. He's talking about you, Al. Oh, right. Chief, what are you doing in this forest? Which part of department picnic that you're not invited to did you not pick up on? Sir, I think I've got a lead that'll crack this whole case, this whole dead cat case wide open. Are you still on about that? The case is closed, Wilde. No case, no reward, nothing. And no reason for you to be skulking around. Certainly not a day where we're enjoying ourselves in the woods completely innocently without a suspicious possibility in the world. Psst, Betty, what are you all doing here? Do you need those fur ears of yours cleaned? Department picnic, like I said. Now is not a good time. I don't have time to explain, but these woods are swarming with insane cultists. So far, I've only seen you. That covers the insane part. Betty, for once in my 9 lives, I'm being serious. Something's going on in this forest to do with whatever's behind that cat case. Well then, guess it's a good thing the chief insisted we have our picnic today in these woods. Why, because there's even more cover for cultists being out here now? No, because it means I'm around to keep an ear out. It sounds like you need all the help you can get. Thanks. I really mean it. Oh, this is too close to being a moment. Go on, keep looking around. Oh, you're that cat who's been getting their fur in a twist about the scene at the warehouse. You mean that scene where a cat that looked exactly like me except for the same size, shape, and swanky outfit ended up dead? Yeah, that scene. Don't know why you were so bothered, frankly. Like, really? Been looking forward to this picnic. I could use some fun social downtime after working so hard. Oh yes, I saw how hard you worked on the archive. So hard! Look, I was awake and capable of conversation. I consider that a pretty damn productive day myself. Besides, it's hard work having the memory of an elephant. Takes a lot of mental diligence to never forget. I guess that makes sense. Also, who are you again? Like, okay. Who are you? Yeah, is that the cultist place? Gotta be. Well, there's a bridge here.
Looks like a cabin. Exactly the kind of remote secret location a cult needs for all its dark rituals.
Yes, a cabin in the woods.
Who knows what sort of diabolical scene I'll be walking in on.
Oh god, why am I yawning? Ah, well, we'll find out.
Okay, significantly less diabolical than I expected. But hang on. What is a cabin this nice doing out here? I thought the whole point of a cabin
Yeah, slice
was
of princesses.
to go back to nature, not whatever this is. Either someone's missed the point, possibly me, or something's up with this place. I'd better look around.
Alright, I'll do that. Lamp?
Whoa. These wall lamps are really shoddily made. They just fold over the second you touch them.
Almost like a secret switch.
Either that, or they're hidden levers.
Yeah.
But what are the chances a secret cult would be into that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, that would be silly.
I wonder if there are any others.
Wait, what? Shit, there's a time limit? Ah! Ah! Okay, I got it.
Open sesame.
Yippee. I solved the puzzle.
Wait. Open sesame? Sesame. Would you please open?
What?
Ugh. No way I'll make it from the switch to the other side of the door, not without getting squished. Maybe I could brace the door open with something. I don't know. Eesh. This cult sure doesn't go much for convenience, does it?
Yeah, that was like almost no time to get in. You'd have to be like really fast. And a lot of the animals are, not very speedy.
Ah, perfect. That should be sturdy enough to wedge the door open.
Alright, I guess I'll, try again. Ah. 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 Focus on it. Put the wood. There we go.
Woo. Hope that'll hold.
Probably.
Guess it just needs to for another few seconds.
Yeah, get in. Like, get into the caves! Have we entered the mines?
Oh, hey. That's handy. A map of the evil kidnapping cult's lair.
How convenient.
See, there it is. Lair in big letters.
Wow.
Even have it underlined. How thoughtful.
That's so convenient.
I guess that must be where the cultists gather. Let's not be there for the moment. What else is there? Oh, hey, it looks like we're close to all the animal cemeteries in the
Domo
area.
Wild Bug, welcome. How you doing?
That's not
We're in the
creepy
caves.
the slightest.
It looks like we're here. To the right is the lab.
The elephant graveyard is near here. Huh. Hope they've got big holes
why am I
and
yawning?
big shovels to dig. Budgie burial grounds. For all the budgies and birds of a feather. I was there once. Mistook it for an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Ew.
And, of course, kitty for the dead. I'll be there one day. Not today, I hope. It seems this tunnel system links up with all the cemeteries around here, with different ways to get to each. I'm sure that's not in any way, shape, or form going to be important information to remember.
No, of course not.
Maybe I should explore for myself a little. Worst case, I can always check the map if I forget anything in 2 minutes or so.
Yeah. You know. Yeah, like I said, if I'm here, I could just make a turn. And then I can check out the lab. See what's in the laboratory.
Whoa. What is this place? What is all this stuff? Whatever it is, it's stuff I don't know anything about.
Wow.
Maybe I should go find something I do know about.
I don't know, can I... What's this? There's something on the floor. Oh, it won't let me examine it. Can I examine anything? No? I'm not seeing any dots. I mean, this looks like a teleporter room. That much I'm sure of. It's like, this is a dead end. So... if I keep going this way, this should take me to C.
Oh, they got a cell down here too.
Oh! Oh! Oh god! It's a human! Holy shit! Oh god!
Cozy. Everything a cult HQ needs for nefarious shenanigans.
Hello? Who is there? Huh? You first. Who's there? Albert? How do you know my name? My god! You've grown, Albert, and started walking around on two paws. And wearing clothes. And talking. Wait, you're not my Albert, are you? You're the Albert of this universe. Of course, it makes sense. Actually, no, nothing is making sense right now. Let's start with something I can make sense of. Who are you? My name is Erwin Schrödinger. I'm a physicist specializing in quantum theory. And these are my cats, Neil, Werner, and Max. Wait, that's not possible. You're on some sort of lecture trip abroad, I think. Also fairly certain you're not weirdly pink and furless. That must be my counterpart from this universe, I imagine. If there are multiple Alberts, it stands to reason there are multiple Schrödingers. Wait, that's right. That was the name Mr. G mentioned. You were the one trapped in the closet, weren't you? Yes, that was me. His wife trapped me in there after I arrived in your world. Mr. G found me and went for help, but his wife returned before he did. She and her cultist friends brought me here, and I've been stuck here ever since, save for when they forced me to work in the lab. Lab? Our world? Hang on, what are you talking about? I'm not from your world. It's complicated to explain. I tried to tell Mr. G, but I don't think he quite understood. Well, if you didn't understand it, then I'm in deep cow pats. Just try explaining it like I'm 5 years old, because, well, I am 5 years old. That's why he only has an elementary school diploma. Let's start with... what do you mean by our world? Your world. Whatever. Ah, you see, in quantum theory, there's the idea of the multiverse. Multi-universes all existing simultaneously, parallel to each other. At every event point, a diversion can occur, creating a new universe. The multiverse is a quantum superposition with infinitely increasing divergent quantum worlds. I was with you all the way up to, you see. Alright, well, the simplest version is that there are infinite worlds and dimensions out there, each springing out of a different choice or outcome. Let us say you choose to have butter on your toast for breakfast this morning instead of jam. That means parallel to this world, there's a world where instead you chose jam, and the rest of the day played out accordingly. Joke's on you! I had both butter and jam on my toast this morning. The point is that for every potential outcome in all of history, there's a world for it. And in worlds for outcomes within outcomes, diverging further and further. Thus, some worlds would be identical to the one you know, while others would be very different. To the point where some animals that don't speak or wear clothes or stand like humans. We're humans. My point exactly. Your world doesn't have them due to some earlier difference in history. And yet I am one myself. Both worlds have Schrodingers, and it seems Alberts. But they have very different animals. Literally in some cases. Anyway, anything else I can explain? You said the cult said you working in the lab. What does that mean? When I first arrived, I told that she-wolf what happened and where I had come from. I thought she could help, but instead she told me her cult, or she told her cult, and they got an idea. They thought they could use me and my work to achieve their own evil ends. So they locked me in here and made me work on their little project. And how's that been going? Bad. For them. None of them knew anything about quantum physics and engineering. So they just drew me in and threatened me to work. At first I refused. What was my life to stopping them anyway? But then they brought Niles and Max, and I couldn't put them at risk. The weird-looking cats? They threatened them? Yes, unless I designed something that helped them. But even then, they didn't know what I was doing, so I was able to work on something to help me escape. But more fool me. They tired of my delays and excuses and locked me up for good. And once I realized that I was just a backup plan. Backup for what? A rainy day? No, for finding all my cats and collecting their collars too. Mein Gott! The collars! Tell me, are they safe? I know the cult recovered 3 of these kitties here, but what of mine? And my Alberts? What's the deal with these cats? For starters, they look, different. Small. Naked. Ah, that's natural for our world. In our world, cats are small and adorable pets that live around humans as companions. What? Impossible. Sure, with our intellect and manipulation skills, we'd be running a show forcing other species to do our bidding. That's, well, you're not entirely wrong there. Oh, good. The very idea of us being pets. We'd never have masters. We'd have staff. Ahem. At any rate, these 3, well, 4, with my Albert, have been a big help in my work, keeping me company in the lab and so on. That was how I got the idea to try my new machine on them and see how it worked. I never thought it would react with their collars and send them here. Okay, ignoring the shrieking, hissing, clawing ethics of the whole situation. Wait, you teleported them here ahead of you? Then why did you arrive a month before they started showing up and getting kidnapped by the gangs? Time moves differently between universes. What happened first can end up coming last, so it was with my cats and myself. I sent Albert. My Albert through first, then Werner, Max, Niels, then tried it myself. I arrived first, and Niels, Max, Werner were found in order. Which only leaves the first cat, my Albert. I thought I heard something about him coming through, but they haven't brought him back. Do you know what's happened to him? Oh boy. Yeah, just break it to him. So, about your Albert. Do you know what happened to him? So, if I knew what happened to him, whether he was alive or dead, but didn't tell you, well then, in theory, he would be in a state of being both alive and dead. Sounds too much like being a zombie. I'll just tell you he's dead then. What? No, what happened? His body was found in a warehouse downtown. No signs of foul play. Or foul play for that matter. But just a big hole in the roof above him. No one knew who or what he was or what killed him. That was actually how I got involved in the case to begin with. To earn your reward. I mean, get to the bottom of things. Plus, you know, he looked a little like me. The hole was in the roof, you say? I wonder if the fall killed him. He might have had time to land on his feet. Or, maybe the whole thing was just too much strain and trauma for the poor boy. He was getting on in years and didn't have the best heart. Yet you used him for your big weird experiment? Ah, well, that was mostly because he curled up inside the machine and refused to budge when I tried to get started, so I went along with it. I gave up arguing with dear Albert years ago. Sounds like he didn't have the best heart or the best brain. No, that was my Albert for you. Fluffy, lovable, charming, and profoundly stupid. Why are you smirking wistfully at me like that? Oh, just musing on the fates that led my Albert to his death, but brought another Albert here to help. Let's just hope you're a little smarter than than the Albert from my world. He's not. Yeah, human, not human talk. It's like, you know, he human. And we speak to him, you know. Well, before I interrogate him some more, let me go take my bathroom break. So I'll be right back. Beep. All right, I'm back. Like, took an extra minute because had to make my monthly sacrifice to the blood god. You know how it is. But anyway, back to interrogating. How'd you get in the cell anyway? Or scratch that? How'd you get in Mrs. G's closet to start with? Ah, well, I was conducting some experiments involving atomic disruption and translocation involving wave functions of... On second thought, considering no one else seems to understand what I was testing, I'll try and keep it basic. If I'm bullying the toilet? No, I'm not bullying the toilet. Why would I bully the toilet? Or building it? Is that what you meant to say? It's like, why would I build the toilet? I have a toilet already. Like, well, I didn't have to pull out a Minecraft crafting tutorial. Suffice to say, I was working on an experiment machine that required a test subject. And considering I'd already done some major thought experiments with cats, I figured it was only fitting to use one again. Did the cat agree? In our world, cats barely agree to anything. But Albert, my Albert, eventually got in the box, and I activated the machine. When I opened the box, Albert was gone, along with his collar. I had no idea where he'd gone or what happened to him. So you stopped the experiment in its tracks so you could find my counterpart, right? Ah, no, in science you must repeat experiments to ensure the results are accurate. So I did it again with Max, Werner, and Niels. By the time I realized what happened, that their collars had supercharged the machine to cause multiversal teleportation, all of them had vanished and I was very worried. Yeah, minor spelling mistake! No! Don't worry, I figured it out. You're fine. So I attempted to follow them. You got in the multi-vagal teleprompter box? Yes, along with a collar to ensure the same traversal would occur. And it did. Albeit with some complications. One such complication was appearing in a certain department, along with a large implosion that took out the wall. So the holes that kept coming up were from you and the cats teleporting in? That's right. And in my case, it certainly caught the attention of the animal living there, Mrs. G. She acted concerned, asked what I was doing there. And after I told her everything, offered me some rather potent tea that put me to sleep. It sounds like you know the rest. Don't worry, the collars are safe. Well, 2 of them are. Thank goodness. I'm glad my friend Mr. G was able to take them somewhere safe. Yeah, I've got both of them on me in my pocket. You what? You stupid cat, why would you bring them here? Don't you know they're what the cult is looking for? I understand why they're so important, other than, you know, the whole I can teleport places thing. The experiments that sent the cats here supercharged their collars with... Wait, do you want simple or accurate? Oh, simple. 100% of the time. Well, the collars got charged with energy when they were transported to this world. Thus, the power to be in 2 places at once like a teleporter, as you apparently found. If all 5 were in the same place, they would have enough combined energy to do that for places between worlds. Or to open the time-space fabric between them. Still not simple enough. Is that good or bad? Oh, very bad. It's one thing for a human or cat to come from one world to another, but an entire universe? Even I couldn't guess at what might happen. One world crowding out another, both worlds being merged by force, both worlds blinking out of existence. Okay, yeah, that last one seems like something that should be avoided for sure. Indeed, which is why I gave my collar to Mr. G to keep it away from the cult. Not bringing it straight to them. Dumb cough. So what is the cult's goal at any rate? They must think you can help them somehow. Ah, what is the goal of any cult? Either fantasism or fantasy. Specifically fulfilling their own fantasies and desires. And they brought you here to do that? Did they arrange the whole thing with you and the cats teleporting here? Ah, no, I do not think they're that smart. My arriving here was an accident. All they did was jump on the chance to capitalize on it once they realized I could help them. Help them do what? What do they want? They would not tell me. Other than claiming that reaching other worlds would help them become everything they were supposed to be. Could they have not just joined the army or something? At any rate, that's why they've been collecting all the collars. Bringing them together should allow them to rip apart the fabric of reality and reach other worlds. But in the meantime, they had me working on a little backup project that might get them there as well. Little did they know it might get me out of here. Okay, never mind all this deep theoretical physics mumbo-jumbo. How do I get you out? The cultists keep the key on them at all times. Oh goody, I get to be a cat burglar. Funny story, as a kid I thought it was a cat bungler. I pestered my parents for a bungle and... Ahem. I have an easy idea. That backup project they made me work on? It's actually a little miniature teleporter. Like a small version of my original device. In theory, it could teleport a user to the same spot in another world. Hence why the cult ordered me to work on it. Then why not use it to get away from here? Any world's gotta be better than this one, even if they do have smaller, dumber kitties. Well, one, it's not finished yet. Two, I've been deliberately sabotaging and modifying it for more local teleportation. Say, teleporting me out of my cell. But three, and most importantly, it needs to be charged first. And more specifically, charged with quantum particles that vibrate between realities. You mean like the charged particles that are in those collars? Exactly. And since you were stupid enough to bring your collars along, well, it turns out that was a smart move. Hey, being smart in stupid ways is sort of my calling card. Okay, so go into the laboratory. It's very close to the cell, just out of the tunnel. Once you're there, look for the mini teleporter, bring it here. So, what does this mini teleporter look like? Oh, you won't be able to miss it. You'd have to be an idiot to mistake anything else for it. That sounds totally promising, and not foreshadowing in any way, shape, or form. Hurry! The cultists might discover us at any moment. I'll be waiting here. Everything depends on you, my second Albert. I think you'll find I'm Prime Albert, the one and only original. I'm about to go prove it. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. So I gotta backtrack. Yeah, that's the dead end, so it's the next turn. Down this way. Is it this thing? That it won't let me interact with?
A big metal box. Wait, didn't Schrodinger say something about his experiments and research involve cats and boxes or something? Well, this is a box, and boxes make for great teleporters for reasons.
Brilliant deduction.
Ingenious, really. Yeah, this has gotta be it. Nothing else it could be, right?
No, not at all.
Schrodinger's gonna be impressed.
Back to the cell. Alright, we're gonna just teleport me there. Alright, fine. Good news! I was able to find your teleporter. Oh, thank goodness. Here, bring it close so I can see it. Here it is. You were clever to disguise it as... I know you like boxes and putting cats in them to make them disappear or something. Hey, I don't judge. But I figured this had to be it. 999! This is how I got the cats here in the first place. Now I get them out. Look, I don't know the ins and outs of your weird cat in the box obsession, my guy. You do you. Somewhere, somehow, Albert Einstein is laughing at me. I can feel it. The point is, no, that's not the teleporter I asked you to find. And you know that if you paid any attention. I don't know, I gotta figure the may or may not be a teleporter, and no one could really know until it was properly observed. Perhaps I was being a little hasty when I said even an idiot could recognize a teleporter. Either that, or you are a very profound idiot. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Which I never really understood, now that I think about it. Aren't those two entirely different numbers? Profound idiot. Got it. Anyway, let's just hope that was a temporary snag. Get back there and find the actual teleporter this time. Like, back at the lab. I'm sure it's this thing on the floor, but it won't let me interact with it because no, that'd be too easy. Banana.
Huh. Is this a banana? Why is there a banana in here? Seems kind of out of place, which clearly means it must be the mini teleporter.
Yeah, the banana.
I bet there's all sorts of strange tech hidden within its mysterious rubbery yellow skin. Okay, that last one was a bust. But this has definitely got to be the teleporter. I'm sure Schrodinger will agree.
No. Good news! I was able to find your teleporter. I trust you actually collected the right one this time? Oh, absolutely. I recognized the teleporter as soon as I saw this banana. I gotta hand it to you. This was an amazingly intelligent move to hide the teleporter in the banana. How'd you manage to get past the peel to... What are you talking about? It's a banana, you stupid feline! Well, yes, that's the giveaway, isn't it? Why would something as odd and out of place like a banana be in a scientific lab? Only one explanation. That the cultists kept me fed while I worked and that the banana was my lunch? Okay, two explanations, I suppose. I can't believe my life rests in the hands. Paws of a cat who can't recognize a mini teleporter when it's right in front of him. Oh, like your cats could recognize it? Huh. Trust me, you don't want to start comparing your intellect to that of my pet cats. I don't think you'd be flattered by the results. Okay, one more time. Get the mini teleporter. And get it right this time. Well, that depends. Can I interact with the thing on the floor? Nope. In fact, I don't see anything else to interact with, so...
A watch, huh? It looks like an ordinary watch to me, but that must be its genius. He said it was a mini teleporter. How much more mini do you get than being on the back of your wrist?
Great idea, but no.
That guy is so smart. All right, I got the last two wrong, but this time it's gotta be the one.
No.
Third
Oh,
time's
God.
the charm. Ow. That hurt.
Wow, he tripped on it. Oh, my God.
Didn't land on my feet that time, because something was under my feet. What did I trip on? Huh. What's this?
Gee, I wonder what it could be.
Looks like some garbage just lying around. I guess Schrodinger isn't practicing good organization in the lab. Someone should call him on that. I'll bring this along so I can wave it in his face and scold him.
Yes, bring the garbage. Please. Good news! I was able to find your teleporter. I can't bear another round of idiocracy. Please tell me you actually brought the teleporter this time. Oh, absolutely. I brought some information. I'm figuring it absolutely positively. 75% chance it has to be this watch. You mentioned it was a mini teleporter, so I figured it had to be something that went on your wrist, all convenient like a watch. That was some excellent deductive reasoning. Woohoo! Except for the bit where you were totally wrong. This is just an ordinary watch, dumbcough. Hey, don't blame me. You're the one talking about all the weird stuff like reality and time being weird and bendy and stuff. I figured that totally had to be a hint at watches and clocks. Unless I'm thinking of that one artist who does weird bendy watches and clocks. What was his name? Salvador Dalmatian? Unbelievable. A lab with barely anything of note, and you still failed to find the one vital device. Hey, I tried, okay? I went through almost everything that was there, and now there's barely anything left. Now, the one last thing to check. That and the garbage I tripped over. Garbage? What do you mean? Oh yeah, this thing I tripped over on my way out. Don't you ever clean or organize your workspace? Or do you just litter anything broken or worthless on the ground? You stupid, beautiful cat! This is the mini teleporter! You found it! I did? I mean, obviously I did. But are you sure? It's kind of dead. It doesn't even turn on. Of course not. That's because it hasn't been charged with quantum particles. That was why I couldn't use it either. I was hoping for a chance to charge it with one of the collars the cult's been keeping. But now that an adorable idiot has brought along his collar like a good little kitty. Hang on, I'm not that type of kitty. And, oh wait, you mean your Albert's collar. Sorry, I thought you meant something else. Something a little bedroom talk. Touch his collar to the mini teleporter for a few moments. You should feel a slight tingle. Zap. Ow! My fur's all staticky. If it's ready, then hand it over through the bars. Make sure you're ready to run once I'm out. Alright. After charging. Alright, I think it's got enough juice to get where it's going. Excellent. Pass it through the bars to me and I'll activate it. Niels, Max, Werder, come to me, little ones. We're going to get out of this nasty place and back home to a nice saucer of milk. Actually, Mr. Physicist who apparently doesn't know his biology, most cats are lactose intolerant and... Oh. Well. I believe this is worth an abracadabra. Wait, how'd you just teleport out of the cell like that? Well, for now at least, the teleporter will take me to the source of its quantum charge. In this case, the collar. I'm sure it's very shocking and confusing to you. Well, actually, not shocking at all. Confusing, absolutely. But it does sound like it's just a small version of the IQ-0 machine that teleports me places. Can you take a look at it? I suppose you can if you... Wait, you've been teleporting yourself? With Albert's collar? But how? It's a long story. Lots of physics involved, which you probably dig actually, and the machine's a lot bigger than this. More colorful too. Well, perhaps you could tell me all about your own quantum spatial adventures. Maybe after we've escaped this benighted cult? Like, right, follow me. I've wedged open the entrance to these tunnels. Once we're through and back to the cabin, we can go get help. After a while. Alright, let me slip under first. Wait, why? I'm the one who's been captive for weeks. Surely I deserve to get out of here first? Yeah, but consider my counter-argument. I don't like it here and I want to leave, so I should get to leave. Fine, go ahead then. Just be careful. That door's being held by sheer dumb luck at this point. Well, give it your present. I figure we have plenty of that at this point. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, let him in the kitties out. Well, now you're through and safely on the other side. Next up is... My cats! Niels, Werner, Max, come to me, my little babies. Okay, now everyone but me is totally safe. I think it's high time for me to be totally safe as well. Werner, what are you doing? Stop scratching at that thing. It's not a toy, young man. Leave it alone. Stop batting at it. Is it in your way? It is in a rather awkward place, isn't it? Let me just nudge it so it's out of the way. Oh no, wait! Not exactly my brightest moment. Yeah, I'll say you kicked out the door. Dumb etymology, welcome, how you doing? Like, we just tried to get this guy who was locked up out, and then, but it's like, the door closes, so we had a piece of wood to hold the door open. And because this cat was scratching at it, he kicked it away and closed the door, so now we're trapped. It's like, thanks! But yeah, welcome, how you doing? Help! Help! I'm claustrophobic! I don't do well in enclosed spaces. Nice try, but I'm a cat owner. I know you little felines managed to worm your way into the small spaces with great happiness. Well, yes, but the small spaces don't usually come with dangerous kidnapping cults. Whatever, there's a way to open the door on your side. Just, flip the switches. On the lamp thingies. On the walls at once. Explained like a true professional. And you're supposed to be the award-winning brainiac. Fine, simple terms. Flip 4 levers quickly. Jam open door quickly. Got it?
Yeah.
Well, yes, except for the quickly bit.
Yes.
I'm not a cat like you, and I'm getting on in years.
Yeah.
You're doing good? Yeah, I'm also doing good. As you can see, I'm just trying to get out of this cult place. Like I'm a detective trying to solve mysteries, and the mystery is being solved as we speak. Oh, yeah, I can move that quickly. Oh, are you saying I'm stuck in here? I could go get help. Who should I look for? Betty? Find Officer Betty. She's a dear friend of mine. Literally. And a cop. An actually vaguely decent one. She'll be able to help you and send backup for me. Ah, I understand. I take it if I don't see her, any other police officers I should be able to help me? Should is a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence, let's just say. Very well, but what about you? What can we do to help get you out once I find help? The map on the wall showed that there were a bunch of cemeteries and graveyards out here. I think the tunnels might link up at them. Tell Betty to bring help and meet me at... Elephant? Be waiting at the elephant graveyard. I'll get there as soon as I can. I just have to memorize the route through the tunnels to reach the exit. Not just the tunnels out. You'll have to go straight through the cultist meeting hall to get there. While the cults are still meeting. Yeah, I know. That's why I told you to bring help and be there waiting. I'm gonna be coming in hot with a lot of cultists on my very fine tail. Very well. I'll find your friend and make sure they bring plenty of backup. Right, now before you go, I have a foolproof brand you'll need to tell them exactly so we... Wait. Hello? Are you still there?
Well, crap. He left in a hurry.
Yeah, he's off.
Sure hope it was because he was worried about me and wanted a rescue party put together quickly.
Totally.
Anyway, I guess I won't be getting out this way anytime soon. Which means there's only one way to go.
Back to hell. Hello?
I'd better check the map out again if I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Like, I make the first left I can, and that's it. Let's see, going through the tunnels. Going through the tunnels. It's so small and narrow. You push through like a funnel.
All right.
Oh, there they are.
Here we go. Into the lion's den. If there are any lions in the cult.
There probably are. Yeah, see, it's like they're all in on it, you know. Yeah, be stealthy. Brethren, we're approaching the dawning of a new age. Everything we worked for is at hand.
So the chief of police was in on this.
Well, yeah, that's why he wanted you to drop the case.
That's the least surprising thing I've learned all day.
Domo Deli
actually.
Kiwi, welcome. Yeah, by all means lurk. It's like the bad guys are being revealed, and we're gonna detective our way out of here. Hey, at least we're going to have everything we ever wanted. It's about time. I thought that fool Schrodinger was never going to finish that device of his. I guess we don't need it now. Not now that we all have all the collars in our possession. Once we touch them all together, it'll open a rupture for us.
Just like Schrodinger was worried about.
Not to be that cultist guy, but... What do you mean, all the collars? There are 5, and looks like we still only got 3.
Oh, good. Someone else noticed it too. I was worried I'd screwed up the math.
An understandable error on your part, Brother Joe. Yes, we have these 3, as helpfully provided by my gang's contacts with the criminal underworld.
Ugh, I can barely hear him. He's too small. Maybe if I lean in a little closer.
As for the last 2, we have them now as well. Because they're about to be hand-delivered. by an idiot. Yeah, but hand delivered by the world's biggest moron. Told you that idiot would show up eventually. Well, this is, I can explain. I'm here to return Jimmy's hat. I found it in the woods while I was hiking for totally legit reasons. I know you were missing it earlier. Give it up, Cat. We all know why you're here, what you were eavesdropping on, and what you've got in your pockets. Hey, look, I know there's a lot of questionably grimy lint in those pockets, but please tell me I could thump him if he doesn't shut up. Hell, I'd support you thumping him even if he does. Shutting up now. Or, not shutting up? What do I have to do to not get thumped? Oh, I think thumping will happen pretty definitely. But it might be more satisfying to watch after we've achieved our goal. For now, however, handcuff him and take his collars. Then shove him in the cell with Scronger until we're finished with the ritual. Wait, you knew I had the remaining collars the whole time? Of course you nincompoop. I was there in the room when you stole one of them from my vault, remember? Oh yeah, but then why'd you try and steal it back from me like you did with Elma? Because you are what we in the organized crime biz like to call a total moron. Why waste time and energy on you when you were eventually gonna end up bumbling into our claws anyway? Yeah, I wouldn't have bothered casing Elma's place if I'd known she was gonna hand hers over to you too. If I'm such a moron, how'd you know I wouldn't lose the collars or break them somehow? I put a damper on your nefarious plans. Perhaps, but I begged you pretty early on as having a sort of bone-deep stupidity that only screws yourself over, not anyone else. I beg to differ. You didn't see the state of this dumb cat left my bar in. Don't worry. Once we've accomplished our goal, you won't have to worry about this cat or your bar ever again. Which reminds me, what exactly is your plan anyway? I know it involves collars and multiverses and a bunch of stuff Scronger explained that I completely ignored. Domo MW, welcome. How you doing? We're solving a murder mystery today. How you doing? Like right now we are being apprehended by a cult. But I still don't know what you're actually trying to gain out of all this. How's messing with reality going to help you? Like we're dumb enough to tell ya. Actually, our cult charter specifically states that we must share our grand vision when asked in order to recruit new members, so I think we're actually legally obligated to tell them. What? That's ridiculous. You're well? Yeah, I'm also doing well. Who wrote our charter? Some idiot with no understanding of the law? Didn't you write our charter? Oh, right. Well, I did want more chances to practice my dramatic monologues. And maybe a chance to explain how ripping open the fabric of reality is supposed to make you rich. Yes, I was always a bit unclear about that bit too, but I figured it works out somehow. You've got a limited vision, Wilde, even for a cat. It was never about wealth and money for us. Wait, it wasn't? I always thought we were going to get rich off of this. Maybe I should have actually read the charter. Since our founding, we have always known that true power is beyond society's bounds. Its ridiculous trappings. It's a nature. We gotta get back to our roots. Be our natural selves and our natural forms, living as nature intended. I don't get it. Of course you don't. You're a stupid short cat in a dumb suit. But that's not what you're supposed to be. Any more than I'm supposed to be working a day job and wearing a tie to keep my wife happy. I'm supposed to be 6,000 pounds of muscle, horns, and fury, while you're supposed to be a tiny four-legged furball like the ones that came with Schrodinger. And now, thanks to Schrodinger, we can all be what we're supposed to be. Wait, what? You want us to be like the animals in Schrodinger's world? But why? Hey, society stinks! Mostly because it's filled with idiots like you. Not superior animals like us. Yeah, this is basically the equivalent of a human cult being like, yeah, let us return to monkey. I don't want to pay taxes. I want to return to monkey and eat banana. We deserve better. But we didn't know what that was or how to get it. Until dear Scronger appeared in our living room talking about coming from other realities. I knew this could be the opportunity we've been waiting for. But so I captured him and told the others. I'll admit I got a bit hazy on things after that. Not sure how turning into our natural selves is going to make us all rich, but I'm sure it's part of the plan somehow. Right. But, the point is that we realized that the animals in Schrodinger's world are what our natural forms really are before we started walking and talking and paying taxes. Yeah, monkey forever, monkey together strong. And thus we know what we had to do. Tear open our universe and either rewrite it or leave it entirely for one where we return to our natural forms and live the way nature intended. Wait, that's your evil plan? That's your nefarious scheme to end all schemes? Ingenious, isn't it? What do you think? Wait, I'm sorry. Were you expecting me to have any other answers in mind? What? What's so stupid about it? Well, off the top of my head, it's just dumb! I mean, come on! You're ripping open a dimensional hole so you could turn into some natural form because it proves you're awesome somehow? You know, when he says it out loud like that, it does seem a little strange. Blasphemy! Have faith in our sacred plan! The sacred plan you all only cooked up in a hurry after a strange man crashed your party and talked about his weird fixation about putting cats in dangerous experiments? That sacred plan? I'm just saying, this ultimate plan of yours doesn't seem very thought out. Or at all thought out. Or like anything resembling thought went into it. You've got some nerve saying that, Albert. Considering you're dumber than the cat Schrodinger brought with him. That may be true, but it seems like I'm smarter than all of you, huh? We're not the ones outnumbered and trapped. Yo, Jimmy, grab him and take his collars. They could go keep Schrodinger company in our cell. Music to my ears. Give it up, Cat. Wait, before you lock me up, there's something very important I have to say to... Jimmy. Jimmy, just so you know, Rudy says you're fired. Wait, what? Yep, sorry, turns out you can't work for a newsstand if you don't have the right hat for the job. Don't want to let you know. That horny bastard. Who cares? Once we're our glorious true selves, you won't need Rudy or his lousy job anymore. But what if I do? I mean, if this natural pigeon thing doesn't work out, I'm gonna need somewhere to sit and poop on things from a great height. So do it on Rudy's antlers. Don't worry about it. This is just distracting you from our goal. It sure is. Yoink! Looks like you forgot that as a cat, I'm good at 3 things. Being dumb, being distracting, and being dexterous. Run! Yo, idiots! He snatched the collars! Get him! Oh god, I gotta run! Oh god! Ah! Alright, I think he's auto-running, so I just gotta push the prompts. I don't know if I'm going in the right direction. Ah, fuck. Like, let's try that again. And not run straight to the fucking wall. No, that's a dead end. Whoops. I'm sure if I keep running, I'll figure out where I need to go. In fact, I'm pretty sure that map with the elephants on it was probably how I was supposed to figure out how to do this, but I already forgot. Let's investigate more. Yeah, and they captured him ungracefully. The prisoner look suits you, Wilde. I should have tossed you in a cell and thrown away the key years ago. Yes, but then you'd have been disregarding things like due process and animal rights and all those things the cops diligently uphold, right? He really is the biggest idiot in the city, isn't he? I got one over on you, didn't I? Perhaps you didn't notice that the previous occupant of this cell seems to have escaped, thanks to me. You let Schrodinger out? After all that hard work I did to keep him locked up in my broom cupboard? How dare you? It doesn't matter. Schrodinger was useful as a backup plan. But now we have all 5 collars thanks to our very helpful delivery boy here. Now we have everything we need. Nothing can stop us from ripping open this reality to make room for a better one. Ah ha 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 ha. Hang on, if I can interject medieval cackle. So you take the collars, complete your ritual ceremony reality warping thing. You return to your natural forms. Then what? I mean, I assume I'll be peckish and want some birdseed or something. Okay, great, but after that, once you're all these pure and natural selves, what are you going to actually do? I'm still a little unclear on that myself, to be honest. Well, obviously, the plan is... Shut up! We've wasted enough time on this buffoon. Come, brethren, now that we have the collars, it is time to begin the ceremony. Goodbye, Albert Wilde. I'll enjoy never having to worry about you and your stupid screw-ups ever again. Wait! Before you go, there's just one last favor I want to ask before I'm ripped apart to my component atoms or turned into an adorable ball of fluff or whatever fate I'm condemned to. Please let me have, That's my last request. A map to the corridor. Would you mind letting me have that map in my cell? Yeah, I don't see why not. Fine with me. Oh, I can't believe that worked. I mean, thank you for letting me have one last, map experience before the end. There, now let's go, everyone. We have our natural glory to recover.
It was one of those good news, bad news situations. The good news. I've got the map to check the actual route to take out of this place and meet with Schrodinger. The bad news. Literally everything else.
Yeah, I gotta look at that map again.
I'm stuck in
because I did see it had arrows, so I think I'm supposed to follow the arrows.
And the cult have all they need to put their diabolically stupid plan into motion. Yep, they took my collar and Elma's right out of my pocket. Only thing they left in there was old lint, an empty lighter, and... Wait a minute. Schrodinger's teleporter. I forgot he handed it to me.
Oh, well, there you go. Problem solved.
They must not have known what it was.
Yeah, they probably thought it was garbage.
To be fair, neither do I. But I remember it got him out of the cell. Maybe it'll do the same for me too. Though, where it takes me, who knows? Well, wherever it is, it's gotta be better than here.
Yeah, so can I look at that map? Let me look! Let me look! Focus! Focus.
I'd
There we
better
go.
check the map out again if I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, I told them to meet at the elephant graveyard, so it's gonna be... left, right, right, left, right, left. So left, right, right, left, right, left. Left, right, right, left, right, left. Okay, I could probably remember that. Maybe. Possibly. Let's see here. Trying to get out of here properly now.
All right. Deep breath. Am I ready to use the teleporter and get out of here?
Yes. Like, now that I actually have an idea of how to get out of here. And now, brethren of the animal kingdom, let us touch the colors together. Let reality itself show us a sign. What the? That's not a very clear sign. Right, Schrodinger said something about the teleporter working off the energy of the collars. So, or something. Yeah, so we're just gonna swipe again. Boy, it would have been a good idea for me to pay attention, huh? How the heck did you get out of your cell? Speaking of paying attention, lucky for me, turns out you all didn't. Didn't pay attention, I mean. That was the point of that line. It sounded cooler in my head. Can I please punch this guy while I wrestle him back to his cell? Please do. Let me get back to the call. Oh, sorry I couldn't keep my paws to myself. Ah, you thought you had me collared, but in fact, I was the one to do the collaring. Wait, no, it makes me sound like I'm putting collars on you and, Get that stupid cat! Eep! Alright, take 2. Down. Left. Right. Down. Right. Left. Right. Left. Okay, I got it. Woo! Yippee!
Made it out with time to spare. Glad I took the truncated route to the elephant graveyard. Now, let's hope they don't catch up too quick.
They're right there.
Oh boy. You sure caught up quick.
Yeah, they're surprisingly good at that. Give it up, Wild. For the very last time, forever, in fact, you're under arrest. Funny you say that, Chief. That was gonna be my line to you. You're under arrest for conspiracy, theft, kidnapping, catnapping, cat slaughter, and attempted destruction of reality. What? There's no such law for that last one. I should know. I'm a cop. Actually, reality has certain incidental properties. Thus, the destruction of reality could be seen as a destruction of properties, so... Schrodinger! For once, I'm glad to see someone smarter than I am. You found Betty like I suggested? Obviously, I'm here, aren't I? As always, I'm thrilled to see you, Officer Betty. I had to know you were worried about me being catnapped, but... What was that about cat slaughter? I'm perfectly fine, as you can see. That wasn't about you, dumbcough. That was about my cat. Poor little Albert. Well, these jokers won't be hurting anyone else. Cats or no cats. And they won't be ripping apart reality and destroying space and time either. Thanks to you, Albert. Don't make a thing of it. But, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm glad you're all right. Well, I think I lost a few of my 9 lives, but I'll be fine. What took you so long anyway? That was my fault. I thought you could use a little more help. Ivita gets us to reluctant tolerance. You'll have to do better than that if you want actual vague, warm feelings. Elma, what are you doing here? Well, when a strange, pink-skinned creature comes running through the woods yelling for help, you start to pay attention. And you definitely do when you realize it's the same guy your brother found. So I figured, well, I'm already involved, may as well see it through. I was lucky to meet both Betty and Elma, but I was not expecting Elma to be related to the sheep who almost rescued me. He came to help too. I'm just glad I was able to actually help you get free this time. Although I also came for another reason. Honey, I could forgive your crappy cut pies, your strange sense of decor, your ballet budget, even your habit of trapping interdimensional scientists in your closet. Wait, you could forgive that? But a cult bent on ripping apart reality? Sorry, babe, that's just too far for me. It's official. I want a devoted friend and partner who will weather any storm and also clean the place before going to jail. Yeah, the gang's all here. Everybody came. Okay, sweetie? Okay. See, I'm not the dumbest animal to ever live. Hate to admit it. But yeah, my brother's got you beat. What's going on? Why is my husband being arrested? Oh God, don't make me have to read out the charges again. Lily, Joe's running with a really bad crew. He was trying to make reality just so he could feel stronger. Phew, as if. You don't believe I'd ever do something like that, do you, babe? Actually, I 100% do believe it. What? Yeah, take him away. I think it's time I enjoy the single life again. Oh, so do you think... Nope. It's like, not with you, buddy. Where is he? Where's that damn bird? I'm gonna kill him. Oh, boy. This Shrubdinger guy told me how much grief you've really given me. Not only did your called Scrup the only way this idiot would ever get the money to pay me back. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. But now there's gonna be front page news. Everyone's gonna want to know about it. And I'll have to run the newsstand by myself. And if that weren't bad enough, you lost your jaunty hat. I've had it this entire time. I offered to give it back. You are so fired. All right, so I wasn't lying. Fine, I was planning to land on your antlers and poop on you as soon as I got my natural form back anyway. Wait, even if Schrödinger found you all, how'd you all get here? I drove them here, sweetie, naturally. I heard the kerfuffle with your friends here looking for help. And when I heard you were in danger, I just had to pitch in to save you. That's really... Oh, wait, let me guess. I still have outstanding bills. Can't pay if you're dead, I say. Besides, I'm a lawyer. And it sounded like this bus would result in a lot of potential new clients who need one. That they will. Perhaps a few of them will make use of your services while we finish booking them. And they arrested them delicately. Yay! That's the last of them. They'll be going away for the absolute maximum the law allows. So at least a few months. Betty, everyone, I don't know what to say. Except that, I know I'm not always the easiest cat to have around. But when push comes to shove, you were all there for me. You really do. You really care. Nah, not really. I don't think so. Only because you pay me.
Yeah.
I'd really prefer to never see you again after this. Same. Hello, Officer Benny. I'd like to report a murder of my feelings. Never mind, you idiot. I've got to get these cultists back to the station. What's next for the rest of you? I have to get back to my universe with my cats and those collars. They have to be destroyed so they cannot be used like this again. But returning to my own dimension would require a more powerful machine than the teleporter I devised. I don't know where I might find one. I know where. Wait, you do? Oh, will wonders ever cease? Can you take me there? Absolutely. And by take you there, I mean hitch a ride there because I left my car back in the city. Loading epilogue. Woo! Let's go.
There's something about the drive home after solving a case. You're tired, but triumphant. Drained, but delighted. Exhausted, but...
Oh, are you monologuing? Yes? Well, stop it. Got no time for it. We're almost at the end after all. You'll have plenty of time for that later.
The end of what?
Don't mention it. Between you and Albert and that weird cult, I've got enough clients to put 10 more kids through college. Driving you was the least I could do. If the kids, sorry if the seats are uncomfortable. They left their toys all over, so if you feel something poking into your butt, that's all it is. Oh, it's no trouble. I think my little cats have found them and are playing with them. Oh, they are adorable, aren't they? Are all the cats in your world that cute? They're way cuter than Albert here. Continuing that theme of speaking of your kids, Deborah, where are they? You took them out to the woods for a little family excursion, right? You didn't leave them there, did you? Hope you two don't mind if I drop you off at the door then and back right away. I seem to have gotten something important. You're back. Sure am. And look, I saved Schrödinger. It saved the world. Multiple worlds, actually. He did, technically. I'm as surprised as you are, frankly. I'm not. Ah, see? Someone believes in me. You actually expected this buffoon to save the multiverse? How? Why? Because he's an Albert, and Albert saved the day. Even the worst of them, it seems. That's me, I sure did, huh? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Albert. Oh, what do you mean Albert saved the day? Because that's what we do. That's why I'm here. Wait. Who are you? Ah! Sorry for the disguise. I was under orders not to reveal myself until the situation was under control. That's why I wasn't very chatty. Didn't want you recognizing your own voice. You're me? Like, me? Not me like the little kitty version Schrodinger had? Yes and no. I'm a version of reality like your own, where animals are intelligent. Well, like your reality, that included me as well. Perhaps proper introductions are in order. Like you, my name is Albert Wilde, but I also go by Albert693. Nice to meet you properly, Albert120431. I've never seen such a handsome devil in all my life, except when I look in the mirror. Please don't start making out. That's just the designation number of your reality. There are countless versions of reality, versions of people, versions of Alberts. We need to keep them straight. Fascinating. So you're an Albert from another reality. But what are you doing in this one? And why? To save you, Schrodinger 3. And to save this world, your world, and every world. That's what, Quifa does. That's what does? I thought I heard a rude word. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. No, Quifa is short for Quantum Investigation Federation of Alberts. An organization of Alberts from across realities dedicated to protecting those realities. When a reality is in danger, one of our agents, me in this case, uses one of our quantum teleporters to head into the field and deal with the situation. What kind of situation? Oh, all sorts. We try to investigate quantum incursions across the universe, multiverse, from minor incidents to existence-ending catastrophes. Ah, things like the cultist plan. Now I see. Well, I don't see. Okay, I like the whole brave and stoic Albert saves reality shtick, but how do you even know there was any danger in the first place? Our organization has technology to monitor the fabric of quantum space, time for any and all material movement between realities. I have no idea what any of that means. As you might imagine, one scientist, 5 cats, and 5 collars fully charged with quantum energy was, quite a big movement. I believe I'm to blame for that. Not this Albert, if you can believe. Once we realized what had happened, we put a watch at this reality so we could return you and your cats at the earliest opportunity. And then we realized what the cultists had planned. So I sent as part of Protocol Q Lark to act as an undercover agent. You've got an entire organization dedicated to stopping multi-dimensional threats and stuff, right? How many of those are there? Oh, countless. Or just a few weeks ago, we had no less than 3 reality warpers and 2 potential interdimensional annihilation events. Whoa, I could have probably slept easier not knowing that sort of constant risk of reality ending. It's the nature of the beast, sadly. If there are any infinite possibilities in universes, there are infinite opportunities for things to go wrong. Yeah, like I'm sure there's a universe right now where everything's on fire. More so than usual. It's not all catastrophe either. Sometimes just petty crime like interdimensional purse snatching. Whoa, how does that even work? Sometimes innocent people and animals just end up stumbling into the wrong reality, and all we have to do is escort them home. That's always my favorite part of the job. Looking forward to helping Schrodinger home after all the other hard work. This entire organization of heroic, dashing, brilliant investigators, it's all just versions of me? Why? Oh, thank you for Indica. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah, I'll get to playing that eventually. I'll put on my list of things to do. Don't you worry. Oh, the story of how we were found is a tale and a tale for another time. But as for why we recruit Albert to the cause, well, such an important cause requires the best of the best, doesn't it? The creme de la creme. The pinnacle of perfection. I like where this is going. I have no idea where it's going, but I like it. Our studies have shown Alberts in the multiverse to be, on average, incredibly intelligent, quick-witted, fit, charismatic, and tenacious investigators. On average. There is the odd universe with an exception. Lucky for you, you didn't end up with one. Good thing I happened to be all those things, otherwise you'd have been screwed. Speaking of, you say you saved our reality and saved Schrodinger, but you're forgetting who you didn't save. A poor little cat called Albert. It pains me to acknowledge the dumb big cat called Albert has a point. Albert 3, I'm sorry we weren't able to save him. His death was a tragic accident, but not something any of us could have prevented. The implosions that occur when traveling from one world to the other can be dangerous. Our organization's teleporters protect against it, but poor Albert only had a collar and a little colic. My poor boy. Hey, you still have me? That's quite the downgrade. Anyway, I'm sorry for your loss. He seems like a very good kitty. And frankly, I would have probably executed Protocol Q-Lark for him if he'd survived. You say you came to this universe to help and do stuff and be brilliant, Agent Albert, but you didn't really do anything. I mean, besides show you how to use the collar and the IQ Zero machine? Well, sure, but you didn't exactly dive into the middle of things, did ya? You just sat on your fake feathered butt while I did all the hard work. He raises a good question. If you're trying to save this world in the multiverse, why would you leave it in his paws of all places? Yeah, we have a human. Schrodinger. I think we had to save Schrodinger from the cult, so, you know. Well, normally I'd be in the thick of things, but Protocol Q-Lark involves lying low, observing, and keeping interaction to a minimum while evaluating a potential recruit. Keeping an interaction at a minimum? You barely said 2 words to me after you helped me with the IQ Zero machine. Couldn't you have... I'm sorry, wait, did you just say potential recruit? What? Protocol Q-Lark stands for Quantum Local Albert Recruitment / Crisis. It's an opportunity for us to see how the local Albert handles a quantum crisis. My job was to provide initial quantum support and technology, then serve both as backup and as initial observation and evaluation on Albert's performance. Which I imagine was miserable and embarrassing enough to discount him from your recruitment drive? You have got to be kidding me! Why would you ever recruit this idiot to your ranks? Isn't it obvious? They need variety. If they're an elite organization of scientists and agents, they're all gonna be the same. You mean smart and competent? That means they don't have a voice like mine on the team. Someone with a fresh perspective who does things differently. They need that. They need the perspective of a moron? Actually, he's not that far off the mark. I think I need to lie down. Look, yes, the Alberts we've recruited so far are intelligent, skillful, and resourceful in a crisis. But sometimes in this job, that's not enough. Sometimes the only thing that can crack a case or save reality is dumb luck. And that's something we're really lacking. Because you can't get that kind of luck by being smart. In fact, being smart cancels it out. No, the only way to get dumb luck, the kind of profoundly dumb luck we need, is to be dumb in the first place. Let me get this straight. You're hiring this idiot because he's an idiot, so that you call out on his dumb luck to save the multiverse? That's about the size of it, yes. Woo! Yeah! In your strange and non-animal face! Who has 2 paws and the best dumb luck ever? You do, as your performance on this case has clearly shown. Though I should point out, you actually have 4 paws. Okay, I think I'm ready to go home now. I don't want to spend another minute in a reality where this fluffy fool is its best hope for survival. Actually joins us, that will be every reality! I've changed my mind. I'm ready to read reality altogether, thanks. Oh dear, here, Schrodinger 3. I'll escort you back to your reality. The IQ Zero machine is already set up and charged. I've calibrated to use the charge in the 5 colors to get you and your cats home. After that, It will self-destruct to prevent any other incursions. Wait, so I won't be able to use it to teleport around anymore? You couldn't without the colors anyway. But no, everything will return to normal once I leave with Schrodinger. So you need to decide before we go. Are you with us, Albert 120431? Can we count on you? Well, no, your dumb luck, rather. To help us protect the multiverse? 2 weeks later.
Just another day in the city. My city. And this city never changes. That's just reality. Well, one reality, at least. This city is rotten to the core. It stinks like a warthog that's been wallowing in some suspicious brown mud left by an elephant.
Gross!
Someone's gotta clean up this city. I guess it's gotta be me. Who else could I trust to keep this city's butt clean and well licked?
Gross! Oh, sorry, I tripped over a box. Not sure how that got there. I think you put it there. Oh yeah, geez. I've only been here less than a day and I'm already getting as stupid as you are. That's the last of your stuff from your desk, huh? I think you submitted your resignation? Does 2 middle hooves count as a resignation? Eh, more than they deserve, I think. Anyway, welcome to the new gig, partner. I'm already regretting my choices in life. If I'm your partner, why isn't my name on the door too? Well, see, when I said partner, I was thinking more sidekick, you know? Kind of background support to my magnificence. Bite me. Anyway, where's my office? I should put my stuff away. It's through the secret panel in the back, where I stashed my litter box. This had better be worth it, Cat. You promised some case that would make a world of difference. Don't worry, there will be.
This city never changes, except when it does. Shocking twist of logic, I know. I always worked as a lone cat, but lately, I've begun to realize the benefits of working as part of a team. Everything else might have gone back to normal after Schrodinger and the other Albert left, but that's one souvenir I'm gonna hang on to. Well, that and the other souvenir.
Other?
The name's Albert Wilde. Private Eye. I solve the cases no one else wants, in this reality or the next. I'm not just cleaning up this city. I'm cleaning up every city.
Oh boy.
Wait, that reminds me. I need a new mop and bucket. I'll have to go shopping later. Betty won't mind if I store it in her office. Anyway, I'm a new breed of kitty, catching the interdimensional rats of crime. I'm not just a PI. I'm Albert Wilde, Quantum PI.
Wow. Oh, are you monologuing again? Yep, Albert Wilde, Quantum Private Investigator. And co. So, you know, you remembered her. Sort of. The end. Yay! We did it. I don't think I could skip the credits. Yeah, I'm pushing all the buttons and nothing's happening. Alright, well. Final thoughts. It's just so peak. Yeah. But yeah, overall, that was good. It was silly, it was goofy, it was funny. It's like some jokes hit really well, some of them did drag on a little bit. It's like the jokes were pretty hit or miss, but overall it knew what it was and it stuck with it. It knew it was just a silly, goofy game, so it went really hard on it. And yeah, really the only thing I didn't like was that fight sequence, and they already said they're gonna work on it, so my complaint will probably be outdated in like a week or something. Whenever they patch it. So yeah, no. Like, literally the only reason why I knew about this game was because it was in my email, and it was like, oh yeah, because Lurkit sends me emails sometimes. I was like, alright, this seems cool. So I went to request a code, and they just gave me the code immediately. I was like, oh. I guess I was automatically accepted. Alright, that works. So so yeah, in terms of what I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, so Saturday I'm gonna do more Minako markets since I couldn't really do much this week because of this game. I really wanted to get this done since when I do sponsored games, there's a deadline. Yeah, enough clout to pay in full. Yeah, exactly. You know. But that's the thing. It's like, in order to get these sponsorships, they look at, how many viewers you got and stuff. So that's why I appreciate y'all coming here. It's like, even if you can't stay the entire time or you can't talk, you can only lurk, that's fine. As long as you come, that's still supporting the channel because they look at that stuff and they're like, oh, well, this person's got a couple views. Maybe we'll give them our games and then I can show you guys the games and then maybe you can buy them and support the developers, if that's what you want to do, Yeah, usually pop in for a few minutes. Yeah, no, that's all good. That's perfect. I'm happy with that. Yeah, so it's too late to start up anything else. Because it's like, I was like, oh, well, if I finish early, I could, like, boot up a round of that wand game or something, but it's pretty late, so I'll just leave it there. You go find somebody to raid. Like I said, thank you all so much for coming. Ah, that person's ending. Ah! Let me go find someone else. How's this person doing? Yeah, thanks for the clout. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll finish the main story, Minako Night Market, but I want to at least proceed. And the next week, I do actually have something planned for Valentine's Day, so look forward to that. It's like the plan I have in mind is probably gonna blow up my laptop because it's that big of an idea, but we'll see. All right, did I spell their name right? Okay. Well, good night, everyone. Rest well. Eat your vegetables. And, be good to your alternate universe self if you ever run into them. Love yourself. But not like that. That might actually destroy the universe if you try that. Don't do that. Good night. Yes, thank you for coming. Glad you enjoyed it. Bye-bye. Thanks again for the game. Like I said, I'll get to it eventually.